No, we started with nothing in humble beginnings. They wanna fuck with me now cause I'm winning. Chasing this chicken cause I'm on a mission. I'm known for get money and standing on business. Chasing this chicken, I ran up a ticket. Chasing this chicken, I ran up a ticket. Chasing this chicken, I ran up a ticket. Keep that shit coming, they know how we living. Come from the struggle, got lost in the hustle. Straight out the mud, no, I compliment couples. Chasing big bills just to keep this shit subtle. You ain't on my team if you wasn't in the huddle. Chasing this chicken, I ran up a ticket. Chasing this chicken, I ran up a ticket. Chasing this chicken, I ran up a ticket. Keep that shit coming, they know that I'm with it. I fit the description, I'm the definition. I'm what they prescribe like she seen a physician. She wanna ride cause she seen how we getting it. Big old booty, she my passenger princess. She like to argue, she don't like to listen. She bougie and toxic, she fine and she picky. Pretty and sedity, she get recognition. Matching nails and toes, man, she always French tip 'em. Parking lot pimping when we in the city. Don't ask her about twine, she twerk on the engine. She eat the dick in the car cause it's tennis. She pay me attention like she get commission. Pimpin' CEO, so I give her the business. She ride on the dick like she doing some fitness. She make the dick disappear like she magician. She like to swallow, man, she love when I finish. Having motion, man, you know I got plenty. Bitches choosing cause they know that I'm winning. Seen some thousands, now I'm after some millions. So all my houses come with chandelier ceilings. Pillow talking, man, that shit just ain't in me. Keep it pimpin', I can't do no pretending. Jealous hearted, man, you know I ain't with it. Cuffin' hoes, I can't do no commit. No, we started with nothing in humble beginnings. They wanna fuck with me now cause I'm winning. Chasing this chicken cause I'm on a mission. I'm known for get money and standing on business. Chasing this chicken, I ran up a ticket. Chasing this chicken, I ran up a ticket. Chasing this chicken, I ran up a ticket. Keep that shit coming, they know how we living. Come from the struggle, got lost in the hustle. Straight out the mud, no, I compliment couples. Chasing big bills just to keep this shit subtle. You ain't on my team if you wasn't in the huddle. Chasing this chicken, I ran up a ticket. Chasing this chicken, I ran up a ticket. Chasing this chicken, I ran up a ticket. Keep that shit coming, they know that I'm with it.
Oh man, double tap the screen. Shit. Shit. Shut a live out, chat. Double tap the screen, shut a live out. Nick said, bro, did you see that short I made? No, I did not see that, Nick. Tony Toast, what we doing tonight? Karen, what's up? Laurie, what's up? I hope y'all had a great day today, man. Double tap that screen, shut a live out. Y'all know what time it is. We still in intro mode, baby. We still in intro mode, baby. Hold on, where's the intro? There we go.
I'm a saint, but I sin. I checked in the game to win. I left, she loving me again. I let her cry out the bins and they say time heal. Mine still felt like it was yesterday. How we're moving fast, probably too fast to even catch the play. Spend some night, she pack a bag, right to me, just getting gas. Coming back, I want it bad. I'ma touch it first, eat it last, it's temporary. Holly damn emotion said it's temporary. My pain deeper than the ocean. Temporary feelings mixed with temporary pleasures. All these temporary moments and these temporary treasures. Temporary circumstances to temporary measures. Temporary friends and even temporary schedules. Temporary smiles and temporary goals. Temporary women sliding on temporary poles. Temporary comments and temporary trolls. I just pray that God bless me. Ain't no temporary souls. I'm a saint, but I sin. I checked in the game to win. I left, she loving me again. I let her cry out the bins and they say time heal. Mine still felt like it was yesterday. How we're moving fast, probably too fast to even catch the play. Spend some night, she pack a bag, right to me, just getting gas. Coming back, I want it bad. I'ma touch it first, eat it last, it's temporary. Holly damn emotion said it's temporary. My pain deeper than the ocean.
Welcome to the greatest damn show on YouTube. Welcome to the greatest damn show on YouTube.
Oh, man. Double tap the screen, shut a live out. What we doing tonight, chat? Double tap the screen, shut a live out. What we doing tonight, chat? They saying Nolan Wells audio. They got the clear version. We got Dr. Cheyenne Bryant exposed. Then we got Tristan Tate uncovered. I know y'all said I was muted, but I'm not muted, man. Double tap the screen, shut a live out, man. We got an action-packed episode. We finna get straight into it. We not gonna waste too much time. I fell asleep earlier. I'm not gonna lie. I've been working my ass off. I took a nap and woke up. It was fucking 3-4 hours later, man. So I'm really not prepared tonight. But I wanted to be consistent. I wanted to hang out. I wanted to come holler at my people. You know what I'm saying? So we got Trap Lord Ross did a full expose, a hit piece on Tristan Tate, saying that he might be worse than Andrew Tate. So we'll get into that later on. Also, we got Sam Altman did a full interview. That's more something that I would watch, you know, probably on my own. But we'll check out this one clip where he said that AI might be like the genie in the bottle. And I think that's something very important that we need to talk about. Is AI a modern day genie? Also, we're going to talk about Stacey Turner, and that is the chief medical examiner in Mississippi. And they're saying she needs to be thoroughly investigated. Every case that she's ruled accidental, undetermined, or someone taking their own life involving Black people should be re-examined immediately, is what a lot of people from Mississippi are calling for, and we'll get into breaking that down. They have a few cases that they're trying to reference. Also, we have Mark Lamont Hill doing a hit piece on Dr. Cheyenne Bryant, and I believe she brought on the guy that verified Dr. Cheyenne Bryant's degree. They're saying, y'all know Dr. Cheyenne Bryant, she's going viral, relationship coach, therapist, whatever you want to call her. She's just went on the Breakfast Club defending her credentials. A lot of people, Corey Holcomb, 50 Cent, a lot of people have been coming at her credentials. Now, she did a video the other day, viral video of her putting on her cap and gown, and people were saying it was the wrong color, or maybe it was the right color. Well, a school actually reached out. I think Vlad TV put it out there today that someone from the school actually reached out and sent over verification basically of her credentials. But it turned out that the school was a complete sham. It was not a real school. It was not an accredited school. It may have been a religious institution, but we're going to break that down, see what Mark Lamont Hill has uncovered. I believe he did an interview with the guy that verified the degree. And we're going to listen to the clear version of the Nolan Wells leaked audio. They're saying that this may have been his final moments. His final moments may have been caught in that audio, chat. Double tap the screen, shut a live out. We got an action-packed episode. It's Sunday. We are still the weekenders, and we're going to hang out for a while. What's up, OG Dave? What's up, girl dad? Hey, Big Niche, how you doing? All right, chat, let's get straight into it. Let me pull up this clip. Yeah, let's pull up the clip of Dr. Cheyenne Bryant. We'll cover Dr. Cheyenne Bryant before we get into the Nolan Wells and the Tristan Tate. We'll cover Dr. Cheyenne Bryant. We got some actual news too, chat, but it's the weekend. I might bring the news on tomorrow.
Back on black crime. So I let it go. Never address.
All right, here we go.
Of psychology. And at some point, people started to say, look, this degree ain't real. This didn't happen. This thing ain't true. There is no degree. The conversations popped up. People pushed back, and then it sort of died. And a lot of people, most people, concluded that she likely didn't have a doctoral degree. Then a few days ago, something else happened. Something interesting happened. Y'all know the Netflix controversy. Y'all know the controversy where people come out making their own Netflix documentary where they sit down and they start their documentary and they're looking around, looking at the camera, you know, doing their thing. Well, Dr. Bryant did one playfully, kind of leaning into the controversy about people who were accusing her of not having a doctoral degree.
Now, I'm not gonna lie. Let me get my thoughts and opinions, chat. Y'all can clip this up because I know a lot of people been asking me, how do I feel about Dr. Cheyenne Bryant? I feel like she just let it go on too long. Like, she came out, she was trying to stretch the damn truth about her credentials. She got exposed and she just didn't know how to let it go. So she was trying to hold on to any little inkling of a possibility to make this shit just blow away. Now it's gotten to the point to where she's so far deep into it, her credibility is ruined. And now she's just doubling down and tripling down on the visibility. Because just because her credibility is ruined as far as her doctor credentials, she still has a catalog. She still has a lot of work, and she still is getting visibility. So that visibility is going to take people to that catalog, which is thus going to make her more money. So I believe that's why she's leaning into it. That's why she's doing the Netflix documentary. That's why she's doing the TikToks or whatever videos, putting on the cap and gown that's the wrong color. That's why she has this guy that's finna come on Mark Lamont Hill and try to cape for her and her fake-ass degree from this fake-ass school, because it went on too far, and it got to a point to where she realized that, look, hey, man, the cat's out of the bag. I'm not going to be able to sweep this under the rug, but there is still a win to be had since my credibility is ruined. What's that win, plug? Visibility, and visibility funneling to her catalog. That's my thoughts on Dr. Cheyenne Bryant.
And she said, of course, that she does have one. That's the implication. She was even wearing a doctoral gown. Well, as y'all know, the doctoral gown.
Yes, user, this is live.
And it raised even more questions by people. And I was one of those people.
Yes, user. Hey, y'all give user some flames, man. User's been commenting on the shorts that I've been posting. I know a few of y'all have seen my other channels that I created. You know, we got like 12 channels right now. And thank y'all for supporting on the new channels. But 10-4 has been commenting on the shorts asking, is this live? No, 10-4, those weren't live, but this right here is live. Welcome in, 10-4.
Not trying to act like I wasn't. All of that happened. At the same time, Pastor Jamal Bryant comes forward. Now, he had already been a champion of Dr. Cheyenne Bryant. He was one of the people who platformed her, and many people criticized him for putting her on in the first place. And then later on, when all the controversy happened, he apologized. He apologized for a few reasons. In fact, let me show you what the latest development is with Dr. Jamal Bryant, because he posted something today that I thought was very interesting.
I shouldn't even have to do this. It's ridiculous. Over a month ago, I came to you and apologized for platforming Dr. Cheyenne Bryant. I felt I had a responsibility, considering my sister is the former president of the American Psychological Association, one of the youngest to ever hold that position. Not soon after that, I received an email, a cease and desist, not to mention her name or to speak to the controversy. I scanned down to the bottom, and it was not from a lawyer, not from an attorney, not anybody who was barred. It was from Cheyenne Bryant herself. I said,
hit the like button, chat. So Cheyenne Bryant sent this Bryant a cease and desist. So I didn't know that. Everyone hit the like button, chat. I know we don't got a lot of people in here yet, but listen, chill out. This is a chill night, chill stream. We gonna hang out, and I'm gonna be able to interact with y'all a lot more. But y'all gotta hit the like button.
Walk away. I do not want to be a part of black on black crime. So I let it go, never addressed it, never mentioned it again until I received this email on yesterday from Dr. Jaquel Pitts, who is serving as the president of Indiana Southwest Christian University.
Now, y'all need to remember that. Pick that up and put it in your pocket. Don't let that fall out your pocket, skinny man. Indiana Southwest Christian University. This is where she supposedly got her doctorate. Now, Vlad TV posted that this is a non-accredited university. He's saying it's a fake university. Now, non-accredited doesn't mean fake, but this university, I believe, was established in 2026. That's fake. If that university was made this damn year and it's non-accredited, oh, it's fake. Now, they're saying it could be religious, and the degree could be a religious degree. That's why I'm saying she's looking for anything to hold on to at this point, allegedly.
Who said to me in writing that Dr. Cheyenne Bryant has just received her PhD in theocentric psychology.
What's up, Lala?
I did a quick Google search. Indiana, the whole state, does not recognize Indiana Southwestern Christian University is not registered. The president claimed that the degree.
And that's why I'm saying she's doing this for visibility, chat. We live in 2026. There's no way that she didn't know or he didn't know that people were going to run a quick verification in this university, find out that they are not accredited, find out that they were just established. That's why I'm saying she's doing this for a reason. The reason is money and visibility. Her credibility's ruined. And now she's doubling and tripling down into the credibility. These are the things that we talk about in the book, chat. Listen, remember how we did the live stream about Candace Owens and Clavicular having the same PR team? I wonder who is Cheyenne Bryant's PR team, because she's leaning into the controversy, doing the TikTok, putting on the cap and gown, having this pitch guy coming out with this fake ass university that is non-accredited, having it run on Mark Lamont Hill and all of the mainstream platforms, all the way to Vlad TV and everybody. It's visibility. She's doing this shit for the money now.
Is in theocentric psychology.
What's up, XX?
Again, I didn't even use Claude or ChatGPT. Google, the cheapest one, says that theocentric psychology shifts a person from ego to universal thought. I don't even know what that means. The president goes on to say that they cannot provide any transcripts. I send a one-line email.
What it do, OG?
Who are y'all accredited by? And he sent me back this. Accreditation Religioso. I don't know.
Exactly. Accreditation Religioso. I don't know if that's Hispanic or something, but they're using it as a religious university. So once you get inside of the religious university, it's outside of the public. They're accredited in their own way. They have their own classifications. The best way that I can explain it would probably be like a charter school or private school. Like the teachers are under contract, you know, they can go and come as they please. It's kind of outside of the regulation. A charter school, not a public, but just a charter school. Kind of like what they had, I guess like what Umar was trying to do. Kind of like what Umar was trying to do with his shit, or what's that other one down there in Houston? I believe in Houston they have another school that's kind of like that, a charter school.
Know what this means. But ladies and gentlemen, the last line.
John, we're going to talk about the Nolan case after this. We're going to do a quick update on the Nolan case, listen to the audio, and we're going to take a deep dive on that coroner, the chief medical, not the coroner, but the chief medical examiner down there in Mississippi. We're going to do a deep dive on the medical examiner. We're going to listen to that clear version of the audio, but that's going to be after we cover this Cheyenne Bryant. Just hang out with us, John.
That I've highlighted for you is no transcript can be provided. I'm not going back and forth with y'all. The president of Indiana Southwest Christian University.
The president of the university said, I'm not going back and forth with y'all. I know they didn't type that in there, bro. I just know they didn't.
Doesn't even have a college email. Jackwell Pitts is
at
on Gmail.
It is at Gmail. Now, what does the president of a university look like using a damn Gmail? The president of a university, it's not a .edu, it's not a damn .org or nothing, a Gmail, a Gmail.
Transcript, email him directly, and maybe he'll be able to give you answers I'm not able to provide. Y'all, let's shut the case on documents.
Hold on.
But ladies and gentlemen, the last line that I've highlighted for you is no transcript can be provided. I'm not going back and forth with y'all.
All right, so he didn't say I'm not going back and forth with y'all. This is what it said. Damn, he got it highlighted. I can't even see it, Chad. Degree, Dr. Cheyenne Bryant also was provided transcripts due to whatever regulations. I will not be providing a copy of her transcripts. If you have to contact Dr. Cheyenne Bryant for a copy of that. Okay, so he didn't actually say I'm not going back and forth with y'all. I thought that's what he put in the message.
The president of Indiana Southwest Christian University doesn't even have a college email. Jackwell Pitts is on Gmail. So if you want the
Crazy.
transcript, email him directly, and maybe he'll be able to give you answers I'm not able to provide.
So they're saying that guy right there, that Jaquel Pitts, on X, I went on X and I looked through the feeds. A lot of people are saying they went to school with this guy. They went to school with that guy. They said they went to college with him. He was telling people that he was a NFL scout and he was, just all kind of things. They say he's a habitual liar and scammer and was running around just basically falsifying his credentials as well.
Y'all,
Alleged.
let's shut the case on Dr. Cheyenne Bryant. The only robes I want to see people in are the 500 kids who are trying to go to Howard.
So that was the latest. That came out earlier today. Dr. Jamal Bryant.
And chat, don't y'all think that's kind of crazy that 500 kids got taken off the enrollment list for Howard due to they didn't have their financial obligations in order. And remember when wasn't that Howard that gave Diddy that $1 million check back? They might have needed to keep that $1 million. They probably wouldn't have had to unenroll 500 students if they would have kept that $1 million Diddy donated, man. That's crazy. They gave $1 million back to Diddy. Now they got to let students go.
Had his word. He had his say. He laid out his exchanges with Dr. Cheyenne Bryant, allegedly. Again, I can't confirm that Cheyenne Bryant sent him that email. I don't want to speak for Cheyenne Bryant. Cheyenne Bryant knows that she is welcome here anytime to share her perspective on this. I'd love to hear it. But that's Jamal Bryant's perspective. That's his case. That's his explanation. He also said that he had an interaction with Bishop Pitts, who is the president of said university. And I said, well,
Hey, Chad, doesn't Mark Lamont Hill look like he could have been like a sports broadcaster, man? Mark Lamont Hill looked like he could have played corner for the damn Colts, don't he? Like if they just put former cornerback Indianapolis coach, like wouldn't nobody fucking think twice about it? That nigga looks like he played corner.
Well, if I can't get Dr. Bryant, well, even if I could get Dr. Bryant, I'd also want to talk to Bishop Pitts to get to the bottom of this, because he's saying, allegedly, that there is a degree, that there is a university, and that this is a legitimate enterprise. And so rather than traffic and internet gossip, rather than guess, I said, let me bring the man in himself. Let me bring the brother in himself who could help us understand what's going on. So joining us right now is Bishop Jaquel Pitts.
They call this nigga a scammer. He get on this bitch with a Gucci shirt on, bro. He didn't get on this bitch with a Gucci shirt on. Okay.
Who is the president of the university in question. Bishop Pitts, thank you for joining me. And thank you especially for joining me on short notice.
You're welcome. Yeah, thanks for having me, Dr. Hill.
It's a pleasure. Please call me Mark. I'm not into the titles too much.
President of a university. Interview with Mark Lamont Hill. This nigga couldn't go to a Starbucks. Not only is he not in the office, not only is he not in his damn school, not only is he not at home in his damn study, he's not even at a Starbucks with the damn wall behind him and his damn phone turned landscape mode. He's on this bitch with his phone in vertical mode. The president of a school? Chill out, bro. Chill out, bro. You making niggas look bad, bro. Chill out, bro. You could have went to the Starbucks. You could have went to the library, nigga. Like, chill out, bro. Chill out, bro.
Causes problems.
Okay.
So, talk to me. I'm sorry, we live, so I'm working out the light situation as we talk.
Okay.
First of all, what is the institution that you are president of?
Indiana Southwest Christian University is an institution that I am the president of. It's a private Christian university. It's not like secular universities that offer a vast array of subjects like business and biology. It only offers subject matters that pertains to fields in ministry, spiritual counseling.
He's fucking reading off of a list, nigga. You don't even know what your university offer yet, nigga. Oh my God, bro. Oh my God. This nigga is the president of the university and he's referring to his damn notes about what they doing over there. At minimum, the nigga didn't come prepared. At minimum. At minimum. The nigga has a Gmail. He's the president of a university. The nigga is outside on a damn call with Mark Lamont Hill to clarify the credentials of said university. He got the fucking phone in vertical mode. And now he's talking. He doesn't even know what the fuck they cover over. He doesn't know the curriculum.
Counseling, theology, Christian education, church administration, sacred music, Christian art, canon law, church communications, spirituality, and social work. So it's Christ-based. It's not a secular-based institution.
Continue, please. I didn't mean to interrupt.
So
we only offer religious-based degrees. And
this nigga got a part in his head, bro. This nigga got a part in his head, bro. If he got a part, I damn sure don't trust him, Chad. Any nigga in 2026 still getting a part, bro, I don't trust him, bro.
We are recognized by the state of Indiana. I believe I've sent your team official documentation from the state of Indiana recognizing our university. So Dr. Bryant's false claims that we're not registered or recognized in the state, I just want to provide education. So a religious institution or a private Christian university can apply for religious exemption that allows them to operate without any formal secular accreditation. And in regard to receiving federal student aid funds, there are certain institutions that choose not to participate in that process, and so they go by.
What did I tell y'all, chat? Tony, what's wrong with this interview right here? Lala, what's wrong with this interview right here? Dwayne, Big Niche, what is wrong with this interview right here? What did I tell y'all about these people, man? You can't trust them. Why? Why can't you trust these people, man? What's up, Sonya? Sonya, why can't you trust these people, man? Mods, where y'all at? I tell y'all this shit time and time again, man. Time and time again. It never fails, man. You can't trust a grown-ass man with no facial hair. This nigga ain't got no facial hair, man. You can't trust these niggas, bro. I'm telling you, it's always some shit going on with these grown-ass men with no fucking facial hair, bro. Always. Shout out Moneyway.
Process of religious exemption. So what we have is official religious exemption from the state of Indiana, which we provided a copy of the letter to your team. If you don't have it, I'll resend it.
Yeah, I have it right here. Let me pull up this letter, because as I'm trying to zoom it in for my audience here. But as I'm reading
10-4 hat, you said you shaved for Sunday church service, man. I hope you didn't shave all that shit off. Man, you need to start leaving a little 5 o'clock shadow, a little, something, man. Hey, I'm going to be honest with you, user 10-4, man. Motherfucker get to shave in their face. I don't know what it is. It's like they turn Super Saiyan and get to getting on some other shit, man. You keep a 5 o'clock shadow or something, man.
Said letter. It explains what religious exemption is, and it says that it will allow organizations and institutions to be exempted if they have a clearly religious nature, which you're saying you all are. The one thing that it seemed to me, though, that came up at the end of the letter, if I'm not mistaken, is that they...
Bro, what's up with Christians just lying, bro? It's like in 2026, bro, all the Christians they put on TV just be damn lying, bro. Like lying, bro. Like now they lying in the name of Jesus, bro. They doing all of this shit, scrambling together, trying to cover up this shit and get some visibility in the name of Jesus, bro. Like this shit is crazy, bro. This shit is crazy, bro.
They will now review your case to see if they will give you the exemption. Is that correct?
No, that's not correct. What the letter, based on my interpretation, stated that If there's anything that modifies with the curriculum that we are disseminating, there will be a further review, because the curriculum has to be strictly religious.
My whole thing is, I understand that I'm not perfect. I'm a sinner, right? We all fall short of the glory. But I'm not up here lying in the name of Jesus. Like, damn, nigga. Like, these folks are up here lying in the name of Jesus. Crazy, bro. Crazy. Nasty work.
Just in nature, in order for us to receive the religious exemption.
Okay. So as of now, you're saying that the organization has been granted a religious exemption and is accredited by the Indiana's Commission on Higher Education.
What I'm stating is that we have been granted a religious exemption by the state of Indiana, as verified in the letter. In regard to accreditation, we have accreditation, but it is not recognized by the United States Department of Education. There is no actual mandate. There is actually no mandate of accreditation. We are not mandated to have accreditation recognized by the United States Department of Education. There's also religious institutions that specifically object to secular accreditation. But we do have accreditation, but it's not recognized by the United States Department of Education. However, there is no law mandating accreditation.
Okay, understood. So you are not accredited, but you are exempted from those by the accredited organization, and you're standing in that as a principal choice, not as like a we're not good enough to be accredited. You're saying we're not based on our religious nature.
No, we are accredited, but we're not accredited by secular accreditation that's recognized by the United States.
By the people that accredit. So just so our audience understands, I'm not trying to nitpick and then I'll move on. Most universities are accredited by certain bodies. Y'all aren't accredited by those bodies. Y'all are accredited by somebody else.
Those are called, I'm very familiar with that. They're classified as regional accrediting bodies. We're not accredited by regional accrediting bodies for two reasons: due to our religious beliefs and because there's actually no law mandating accreditation.
Okay, fair enough.
But we are accredited by a religion.
He said for two reasons, right? And he lied. I'm gonna tell y'all, it's for one reason: to bypass some shit, to rush the process, to hurry the fuck up. That's what it's for, man. Nigga, cut it out, bro.
Religious form of accreditation that accreditates religious degrees.
Understood. I have here a copy of Dr. Bryant's doctoral diploma.
Yeah, doctorate degree.
Yeah, doctoral degree. I'm sorry, but it's a diploma. But yeah, it's a doctoral degree for sure. I mean, it's definitely paper. And it says
definitely paper.
Indiana Southwest Christian University hereby confers upon Cheyenne Bryant the degree of Doctor of Psychology, Theocentric Psychology. So on your on the email you sent, you all offer Doctor of Education and Doctor of Philosophy, correct?
Correct.
But here on the paper, it doesn't say that. It says Doctor of Psychology.
That is correct. So for this particular case, we decided to offer a Doctor of Psychology degree to Theocentric Psychology. This particular case is a very profound case. Just to give some background on why I even made this decision, it's because this has been talked about matter for for a consecutive amount of years. And I took the initiative upon myself, because she has 2 honorary doctorate degrees. I took the initiative upon myself to give her a earned doctorate degree. In her interviews that she possesses online, she says, I'm a doctor of psychology. If you go back to her previous video, she says, I'm a doctor of psychology. I'm a doctor of psychology. So that was the primary reason why the degree is classified as a doctor of psychology, because I wanted to validate her self-fulfilled prophecy. And also is there are individuals who doubted the validity of her degree. So I said, okay, you know what? I'm going to step up and I'll grant her a degree. And now there's proof that she actually has a degree.
So your university doesn't give doctors of psychology, but you've given one, and that one is to Cheyenne Bryant because of her self-fulfilled prophecy.
No, we provide doctor of psychology degrees, but it's rare that students elect to pursue that degree.
How many doctors of psychology have you given ever?
Only one. So literally the university was created.
And who's that one? Is it Cheyenne Bryant?
Cheyenne Bryant. The university was just established in May of 2026. So in regard to the aptitude and the eliteness and the
Hell
competency levels
nah.
and the
Man, let me get these niggas the hell up out of here, man. They up here playing in our face, chat. These niggas up here playing, man. Let me get them the hell up out of here. All right, chat, let's move on into the y'all want to do the Nolan Wells first or the Tristan Tate? Y'all want to do the Nolan Wells or the Tristan Tate? Because the Nolan Wells update is rather quick. It's not really too much. We're gonna do a deeper dive into that medical examiner. But it's not like a lot of video. We'll do the Tristan Tate first. Then we'll get into the Nolan Wells. We'll do the Tristan Tate. Chat, hit the like button for me, man. It's the weekend. We are the weekenders. All right, here it goes. Now, Tristan Tate and Andrew Tate, they ass in trouble. But
so Andrew Tate and his brother Tristan.
This is Traveler Ross. Y'all know Traveler Ross does the really good deep dives, man. He gets in the trenches and finds out what's really going on. Now, he's saying Tristan might be worse than Andrew, and I'm not gonna lie, chat. I seen some shit, man. The girl that was coming out talking about what the hell they had going on. This might be a little crazy.
Have spent several days in a Miami federal jail cell, and we're now hearing about some of the alleged diabolical conditions they've been held in. Well, unfortunately, this is basically the find out stage of the F around process, and you know, it really.
Yo, what's crazy is they probably gonna be in jail for like at least 2 years, maybe 3 years before they figure out if they're gonna get extradited or what, because I don't think they getting a bond. I don't think they let them get a bond.
Has comeuppance because these guys had allegedly, you know, kept women against their will in squalid conditions, forced them to get busy on adult websites for them, keeping all of their money. This really is kind of what they deserve. But interestingly enough, as the days have gone by, we're now hearing more about how Andrew Tate's brother Tristan might be just as bad as him, perhaps even worse. There are some very damning allegations now coming around, and Tristan is in the spotlight, and I'm here to tell you folks that if you thought Andrew Tate snitched on himself and did a whole bunch of diabolical stuff that he's going to soon have to pay for, Tristan is the exact same. The apple doesn't fall too far from the tree in this case, okay? So this is a post going around on X. It says, while Andrew Tate gets all the spotlight, his brother Tristan Tate is every bit as vile. He said it hurt her every moment I was doing it, but it felt good for me, so who gives a shit? Here he is in his own words, bragging about manipulating virgins into having S with him. Gross.
Really, let me tell you something about this cigar. It's like taking the virginity of a really beautiful woman. I get to have this experience and no one else gets to have it again. It is a little bit better, but the real pleasure is in the fact that somebody else would love to have this, and I get it. That's why this is good.
That makes sense. I'll give you that. I agree with that.
So 3 months ago, I met this girl in Poland.
That's what he says.
And you know, the last picture I uploaded, and I didn't upload it yet. I uploaded it when you were watching.
Yeah.
I met her in Poland 4 or 5 times. I took her out. Virgin, 18 years old.
Yep.
Beautiful girl. Now you've seen the picture. You know what she looks like. What do you think? 8.5, 9?
Thank you, zombie.
Yeah. Easy.
Yeah, smoking. So I took my time.
Hit the like button, chat.
Had to be wasted. Did all the bullshit.
All right, chat, I want to ask y'all this. How much time, if any, do you think the Tate brothers get, man, in over there in the UK or wherever they got the charges, man? How much time do you think they get, if any?
I usually do. There was no hard close on her. I left, gave her a big kiss, said, I'm going to miss you, etc., etc. Flew her to Romania. The first 2 days I spent with her in Romania, I purposefully, hear me out, John, chess, ready? I booked her here for 3 days to fly here, okay? For the first 2 nights, I booked a hotel for her. And my assistant drove her to her hotel every night. I kissed her on the couch. Tasha, she liked me. She was into it. Georgiana's here. She's taking you home. First 2 nights, took her home. Third night, her flight was at 7 a.m. Baby, you may as well stay with me. Chess, set up. This is what it takes to fuck 9 out of 10 virgins.
When you are in the true abundance mindset of you can have the pick of the crop, you can have the world's most attractive women. I mean, one of my main chicks has 200,000 Instagram followers, and I took her virginity when she was 17. It's an abundance mindset. Yeah. I have so many girlfriends. and so many wonderful girlfriends and so many virgins.
And this is an argument no one but me ever says. Every woman was a virgin once. Everyone's like, oh, all the women in this place are bad, and all the women in that place are bad, and all the women in that bad. Listen, if you get her before she's fucking sucked everyone's dick, if you get a girl with a body count of 0, you could turn her into a good girl.
This girl had a body count of 1. I had taken her virginity. 2 of the girls who were at that party, I had taken their virginities. So I took this girl's virginity.
I mean, I know a virgin with webcams, literally. I mean, she's not a virgin because I'm the only guy who's banged her. I said this in public.
So this guy's such a creep, man. Like, he's collecting girls' virginities like they're infinity stones, all right? And it's just so embarrassing that this is a grown man and he's talking about dealing with these women. Now, at the end of the day, look, if you want to do the business with an 18-year-old virgin, it's not illegal, but the way that he's conducting himself sounds very creepy and predatory. If you just so happen to, have a relationship with somebody that was 18 and you're much older, the society frowns upon that. But at the end of the day, that's not illegal. But what he's describing is a trafficking empire. I flew
and fucking coercion and all of that. Like, if they said he slipped a damn Bill Cosby on her, like, shit, motherfucker gonna believe it, man. Listen how you're talking, bro.
Out from Romania. I flew her out to Romania. I purposefully only had 2 days booked. I played chess with her. I had my assistant drive her around. Bro, you're describing a trafficking empire. All right. And then you're talking about, this one's 17, probably in a country where that was legal. I'm sure that there's, a lot of discourse from these guys. And we heard Andrew Tate snitching on himself, talking about, I'm banging 15-year-olds. Oh, no, wait, 16-year-olds. Wait, what is it? This country, it's 18? Oh, 18-year-olds. It's like, okay, these guys, their MO is manipulation and trafficking. Regardless, forget about the ages. It's trafficking, all right? Manipulation. Chess, he's describing it as.
I only go down on women who are virgins. One of the girls I dated here.
I seen that one interview where that girl says she sold her virginity. How much did she say she sold it for, chat? Like 1.2 million pounds. Like that was in the UK or something. Like she flew over there. It was a Hollywood actor, they said, paid her like 1.2 million pounds for her virginity. Shit's crazy, bro.
I famously said she was a 26-year-old virgin, and she was a 9. And people say, oh, no, I don't believe it. There's no such thing as a 26-year-old virgin. I'm like, okay, you think I, Tristan Tate, don't know a virgin when he fucks one? Like, seriously, fucking give me a break. I fuck so many virgins in this country because virgins will take me 10 dates, 20 dates to fuck. People are like, how do you wait that long? I don't wait. Date, dinner, nice romantic time, go home, fuck one of my girls who I already have. Like, I'm not waiting at all. Yeah.
I wonder how the virgins that these guys hooked up with, I wonder how they feel seeing this back. Like, I wonder if they feel violated. I wonder if they feel upset, they feel cheated, they feel scammed. I know a lot of people go at women of like, oh, she consented and then she changed her mind later. And, that's not right. But at the end of the day, there definitely is something to be said about being manipulated. And you think you're getting into a relationship with this man. You think that this is a nice guy. You think that he's treating you well and that, he's being sensitive. He's taking you on 10 dates. Come to find out, this is chess for this creep.
I'm just putting the work in. I'm now uploading a picture right now in real time of last night's girl. She was a Polish virgin who I've been talking to for 3 months since Warsaw, and I only just fucked her recently. There's a new post up today. This was
awful.
Last night's girl. Polish virgin. So people say, oh, all the girls you fuck are hoes and this. I put the work in to fuck the good girls.
Yeah, nice, she's awesome.
What do you think? 8.5, 9 to buy most.
Looks like a Polish Marilyn Monroe or some shit.
I'll be honest. I've heard Andrew Tate snitch on himself and talk about being a pimp and snitching on himself for crimes and trafficking and things. But Tristan Tate comes across as way more of an asshole. He's way more just like sees women as livestock, just sees them as 9s, 10. She's 8. What, 8.5? Virgin? She a virgin? 10 dates. Took me 10 dates. I'm playing chess. I would say Tristan Tate is coming across worse than Andrew Tate. And I'll wager. I think Tristan is 1 year younger than Andrew. I would wager that Tristan is put a lot of this persona on to try and impress Andrew. And I feel like he has probably taken himself even further into this depth of debauchery to try and big himself up and make himself look cool to his older brother, who's obviously king trafficker. So I do think that this is a super embarrassing
You said they probably won't make it out of jail, guys like this. Nah, man, I ain't gonna lie, they rich, man. They gonna be protected in there, man. They'll be all right in jail, I ain't gonna lie. And then they going to jail in the UK. you know, some of those countries over there let shit like that go on. They'll be all right, but that's crazy. They finna get some time.
Excuse of a man. And the way that he's behaving, he's clearly a creep. And to be honest, I'm happy that he's going to be taken out of society, quite frankly, because of the way he's behaving.
Yeah. 18 years old, man. 18 years old. Met her in Poland, took on 5 dates and never fucked her. Until Romania last
I think my record is seven dates before getting a close. And that was fucking annoying. And then after that was the Polish chick too. And then she said right after that, she said, well, now we have to be boyfriend, girlfriend, or we can't keep having sex. So that was that.
Well, I would just say yes.
Yeah, and I was.
I'm a liar, bro. I'm a liar.
I think I was moving. I was
the second man she ever.
I'm a liar, bro. I'm a liar in my nature. So you can't believe anything he says. So when these guys are protesting their innocence, right? He's a liar. It's in his nature.
Fucked in her whole life. Beautiful, big, natural tits. So cute. Man, it hurt her at every moment that I was doing it, but it felt good for me. So who gives a shit?
So this is, I hate the phrase toxic masculinity because I feel like it kind of gets thrown around and taken to a degree where it just sort of becomes a phrase that is meaningless.
Yeah,
but I would say this is the perfect example of toxic masculinity. And as a man myself, all right, I would say that like this type of thing, these types of people, the way that these kind of guys act, these guys are like making it worse for men. These guys are giving men a bad name. A lot of women are scared of men. There's a lot of women that, you know, they're scared of violence against women. They think, oh,
all right, let's ask the ladies. Ladies, are y'all scared of men? Are the women scared of men? And I ask the men the same thing. Are you scared of women?
Men are trash and all that kind of stuff. And I don't really respect that viewpoint. But at the same time, trash men like this, liars and just horrible traffickers, pimps and abusers like this, and arguably PDF files, as I think the files will eventually reveal, these people give men a bad name. For all you men that struggle to strike up a conversation with a woman and she knocks you back and she's standoffish, it's because of creeps like this, all right? Don't blame women and don't be a woman hater and an incel. And say, oh, women are so horrible. Oh, they don't respect men. Oh, these women in the West. It's really these disgusting trafficker men that have actually given men a bad name and have traumatized women to the point where they don't trust any men. And it is so...
Damn, Max, I keep deleting your damn comments because you tripping. You go get us a damn shadow bed. You know how to come in here with some damn decorum, Max. You know you got to put a G in front of that. The hell wrong with you, Max?
So heartbreaking and quite frankly disgusting. So Secretary of State Marco Rubio has actually been asked whether he plans to get involved with the Tates, and it's kind of come down from the very top that they will not be, just because you're hanging out with Trump's son and you know, you've got a bit of FaceTime with some guys in DC, he's not going to come and save your trafficking ass.
One of the Tate brothers' lawyers mentioned you by name. I know one of the Tate brothers' lawyers mentioned you by name. Do you plan to get involved with the extradition challenge that they have been...
Mention me by name?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, look, that extraditions, I don't know the details of this particular case. I've been overseas, but I mean, I know who you're talking about. I just don't know the details of it. These cases have a process that they go through in the courts. My understanding is that they're involved in that judicial process. And so that'll play itself out at this point. And there's no role for us to play at this moment or maybe ever in that regard. But I'm not going to opine on something that's still working through a legal process.
I don't think they're going to get involved because the Epstein files have already been a stain on this administration's legacy, whether or not you believe that there was any kind of intentional botching of the Epstein files or if it was just an accidental mess. But this administration doesn't want to be associated with any more traffickers, all right? It's a one and done. It's a one and done. Epstein's fucked it up for the rest of you traffickers, unfortunately.
Danny.
Thanks, Caroline. Is President Trump or the administration, do they have any plans to intervene in the extradition process for the Tate brothers?
No, we've already answered that question. Elizabeth. Danny.
Straight up no. It's a no from me, folks. Not going to be helping. And so while locked up behind bars, Andrew Tate has apparently posted several social media posts. This is basically quite ironic because this is likely just made up. I'll keep it real. This is likely his team with AI making this shit up. But he said, I'm being held in the shoe at the highest level of security which exists. No commissary, no visits, no contact with the outside world. My neighbor is a cannibal who screams through the night. Readers, community note, posting on social media is contact with the outside world. All right. Now, it's probably bullshit. This is just his team drumming up a little bit of sympathy and a little bit of just bullshit. He said, day 6 in the shoe, special housing unit. This is punitive housing for people who murder their cellmates. No commissary, no phone calls, no yard time. The worst possible conditions the U.S. government provides to terrorists and psychopaths. I'm innocent until proven guilty. Extradition detainee. I'm wanted by a foreign state. I'm an American citizen. Why am I?
Man, his ass need to go to the county down here in one of these little ass country towns. He think that those conditions are bad. Oh, your ass in the feds, bro. You might be in, since he's high profile, he probably is, in the shoe. He's probably not getting phone calls like that. He probably gets to see a lawyer. The lawyer can probably relay the messages or whatever when his lawyer comes in. But if he thinks that shit's bad, man, his ass probably need to go to one of them counties, man. Go to one of them county jails down here in the deep south. Yeah, all right.
I hear. Now, community note, special housing units and federal prisons are used for administrative detention, including for pretrial and extradition detainees, protective custody and disciplinary segregation, not solely as punishment for inmates who murder cellmates or terrorists. Sounds like he's in PC. He rolled it up. All right? He riding that PC. He rolled it up. Okay? Allegedly. That's what he's saying. So, according to some reports, okay, during their last arrest in Romania, the Tate brothers actually used an entire social media campaign to basically smear the victims. It said, are you seeing videos spreading across social media of Andrew Tate's alleged victims saying that they're not victims? In Romania, Tate was caught on recorded jail phone calls directing these propaganda campaigns with his cousin Luke. Is Tate directing this traffic from jail now? Let's read it. Right. In this regard, we note on a redacted date on 2023, somebody was contacted by telephone by Andrew Tate, the defendant, and the two, together with another person, had the following discussion. Tate said, make sure Yasmina and Betty.
See, that's the thing. He fuck around and get intimidating a witness or doing whatever while he locked up in America. In Romania, he could probably do that shit. Fuck around over here trying to do that shit, man, his ass gonna get some more charges.
Look good all the time and no one cares what the ugly girls say. They have to look amazing in all the clips. Luke said, yeah. Tate said, don't let them get lazy and wake up in the morning and look like shit because nobody cares about that. Luke said, yeah.
What's up, Jay, bro?
Tate said, girls who retweet Kiko, Vanessa, and Sierra, ask them to write to me. Anna knows how to ask. Ask Anna. She'll tell you how to do it. Tell them to write to me. Luke said, yeah. Tate said, we need a super clip cut from the stand. So we have a super clip cut of everyone supporting me and saying Romania is corrupt. A super clip cut with dramatic music. And then you put the clips of me going to court, the pictures of me going to court, and the pictures of me being led in handcuffs. Emotional music like we used to do on TikTok. Make it sound like a big emotional. It has to be emotional orchestra. Me going to jail. Everyone saying it's a scam. Put together like a super cut clip and put it all over Rumble and YouTube. Luke said, do you want guys to back you up there or just girls? Tate said, everyone. Luke said something we couldn't hear. Andrew Tate said, get a new clip from Vivian. Tell her what to say. Get a new clip from Vivian. Luke said, yeah. Yeah, I don't know if this is legal, folks. Don't know if this is legal. Tate said, she's the only made one. Am I right? Luke said, yes, unintelligible. Andrew Tate said, yeah, get a new clip. Tell her to say, I saw his case. I learned that they just randomly picked from his friends. Say the same things to Yasmina. She's not a victim, but she can say the same things. Luke said, yeah. Andrew Tate said, also ask Tash if she'll do one. Luke said, the other girls? Andrew Tate said, yeah, get Tash's too. Then on 2023, another date, the witness blank was contacted by Andrew Tate, and the following conversation took place between them and another person. They said, yes, Andrew. Andrew Tate said, call Luke, please. I have a few minutes. Tate said, all right, Luke, listen to me. Luke said, yeah. Andrew Tate said there was just a news bulletin that sounded like it went well. They played the whole Yasmina clip. You need to make more videos with Yasmina and start reaching media in Romania. Also, Vivian and the other girls need to make videos saying Decot tried to put pressure on them to give statements, but they don't want to. They try and frame the guys. Do you understand? Do you understand how to commit this crime, Luke? Luke, why aren't you in handcuffs? Why aren't you? Are you Luke, are you snitching because you're a bitch? I don't know. But basically, okay, these videos have been spread across social media and they're resurfacing now. It's the same videos, all right? Update on the case. One of the victims in Andrew Tate's case, which is his ex-girlfriend, comes out to defend him. This is the same girl he hit with a belt in a viral video 10 plus years ago. Allegedly watched.
Hey, that belt video was crazy, Chad. I seen it on X. I can't play it on here, man. But the video where he was whooping whoever with that belt was damn crazy, bro. Crazy. They recorded some. That's crazy.
She was underage. It was nothing but an S-play.
I think he was streaming too, Chad. They might have been on stream. They might have been like on a webcam site when that shit went on.
consensual foreplay that we liked doing and I was into. I wanted it. The UK and Romania painted this girl as the victim of SA and human trafficking despite her denying all these allegations. This is all one giant setup and the victims are made up, but Romania can't close the case because if they do, they owe Andrew Tate $1 billion. That's not how criminal proceedings work at all. But let's see the nonsense. Let's see the propaganda campaign that's likely illegal. And this is going to be, this is all going to come back to bite him. And she's a victim, but she's also diabolical as well. She's a Cheyenne in all of this, allegedly.
I'm pretty sure many of you have seen a video of Andrew Tate beating up a woman.
There's a video from 10 years ago that showed me in a sexual act with one of my ex-girlfriends.
I don't want to see it.
Hello everyone, I just wanted to say something about the video that's been released recently about me and my ex-boyfriend Andrew Tate. Andrew is my still great friend. What you guys saw in the video, it's just what we used to do. It was just pure game. He's a great guy. He would never hurt anyone.
This is a victim with Stockholm Syndrome.
Unless he's fighting. And I'm pretty sure not so many of you have seen the same woman coming forward with a statement saying it was nothing but a sex play. So here I am again for the second time. Yes, the woman he has beaten up and the same woman who has made a statement is me. So I'm coming forward for the second time to just clarify and let everybody know it was nothing but a sex play. It was consensual foreplay that we liked doing, that I was into, that I wanted.
Blink twice if you need help, love. This girl looks like a fucking hostage.
It was not abuse. There was no physical domestic violence happening. It was a consensual sex play. This is the second.
Were you old enough to Were you old enough to legally consent? Answer that one.
Second time I'm making the statement because I'm getting sick and tired of being tagged saying I need to come.
You said I don't watch No Jumper. Not really, man. Not really. No Jumper's changed a lot. Back when, it was cool, back the SoundCloud era, I did, but not really.
Forward again, even.
No, you're getting sick and tired of your
Once they turn No Jumper into gangland, like where all they do is bring on gangbangers and porn stars, I pretty much quit watching.
Daddy Andrew Tate hitting you up and coercing you into doing this over and over again.
Though I did, and I don't like seeing injustice of him being called woman beater for the same video that I've already once clarified it was nothing but a sex play. So, once again, nothing but a sex play, consensual.
You might not have been old enough to consent, I believe, all right? And this doesn't prove anything, right? You can still be a victim. There were victims of Jeffrey Epstein that, were photographed with him in settings that didn't seem to be coercive, but that doesn't mean anything. So this was another example of these propaganda videos. Case update, a third woman comes forward in defense of Andrew Tate after being labeled as a victim. She claims she told the authorities over 15 times she's not a victim, but they keep throwing out her statements because they're perhaps coerced and or coordinated by Tate. They even went as far as faking conversations between me and other people to try and get us to turn on each other. The people behind this are pure evil. There's definitely a couple people that are pure evil.
Hey everyone, Jasmine here again. If you haven't seen or heard of me before, I'm one of the imaginary victims in Andrew Tate's case. Now, first things first, I've never actually been a victim of anything, and I've said it over 15 times to the police, but my statements keep getting thrown away. Now, 15 months after this whole investigation started, seeing that they have no evidence because there has been no crime committed, they started even faking conversations between me and other people just because they are determined to put Andrew in jail and to turn us against each other. Now, I remember quite well what kind of conversations I've had with those people, and none of them are real. Andrew, if you see this right now, I really miss.
Is that an Andrew Tate tattoo on your arm with a snake, his branding with his name on it, because you're one of the victims of a trafficking empire? Is that? I'm sorry, I can't hear anything. I can't concentrate on anything you're saying because I'm pretty sure the proof of trafficking is quite literally in front of my face right now on your body, branded into your skin.
I wish I could give you a hug right now. I wish I could talk to you and see you, but unfortunately that's not possible. And everyone, remember that this happened to Andrew and Tristan Tate. If this happened to them, it can happen to anyone. And the scary part is, are you gonna be able to survive it? Think of it.
She is also a disgrace. So this is an absolute mess. So according to prosecutors, one of the reasons that the Tate brothers were actually denied bail was that the prosecutors mentioned that they had a giant super yacht that was being built, and this was evidence of wealth and or a flight risk. Now, what's funny about this is I actually have a funny feeling that they knew that this was going to happen, and that they were in Washington, D.C. meeting with politicians hoping that they could turn this around. But also, I think that they had a backup plan. I think they were going to sail out to international waters. I honestly think that's true. Andrew and Tristan Tate bragging about their $50 million million super yacht has backfired in a major way. The DOJ is using their boasting to argue for keeping them detained and denied bail during their extradition case. In addition to his well-documented world travels, in July 2026, Andrew Tate posted a video tour on social media of a $50 million 41-meter super yacht, the Obsidian Blade, which he said he's reporting to have had built in Bodrum, Turkey, reported due for completion in 2027. Some, including myself, have been skeptical, to say the least, that they had actually paid to have such a yacht built. If it's a social media stunt, it might be a costly one. I think these guys have got the money to make this happen, and I think that this was Plan C to escape these charges. Let's see.
Welcome to the Obsidian Blade. Ship under construction. We launch in 2027. This is the main sun deck. Engine room and technical room is going to be below. Loads of space. All the beautiful women in the world and my friends to chill outside. Sunbeds, outdoor dining area, lounge area. Inside, we have the main living room, but I'm going to take you around the outside. TV, couches. This is going to be the main lounge of the living room. The kitchen's just behind me. That's where the staff go. This is the bridge where all the decisions are made. Who we fire at, who we invade. And you've got the outdoor pool as well, because I don't swim in oceans. Oceans are just swimming pools for poor people. Remember that, kids at home. Around the back, we're going to have a gym. So outdoor lounge.
Is that a Make America Great Again hat he's got on there? These clowns were thinking, oh, if I wear the hat, Daddy Trump might save me out. Help me out. No, Trump.
Here's going to be the main dining area. Here we have a small gym. We're going to have a Smith machine here, dumbbell rack here, and we're going to have weighted cables here. Cables mounted on the wall with some yoga mats and shit for the women who enjoy training as well. Let me take you below decks down to the bedrooms. Show you the master cabin first. There are two master cabins because this boat was designed by two masters. We leave the living room and come around the back here. There's some toilets, some storage space. We get to master cabin 1. So this is going to have a very large king-size bed, desk, storage, seating. And when you take it around, you can go around both ways. There's going to be some built-in wardrobes, sinks, shower. And let me take you down to the crew area. I decided on some single bedrooms because the guy who sold me the yacht, Pierre, great guy.
So do y'all consider the Tate brothers black, chat? Like, I don't know. I know they try to say they black, but it's like, I don't know, bro. I don't know. Do y'all consider the Tate brothers black?
He's telling me, but Tristan, the resale value of the boat will not be as high if you don't have twin rooms. I was like, twin rooms? My boys need their own personal space. So I got some single bedrooms, 1, 2, 3, 4. You can see the layout here. More like a barrack. It's got a nice, comfortable single bed that's going to be here. There's going to be some storage space in these walls. Storage space here. And everyone gets their own bathroom and private shower as well. Then I've got 2 VIP rooms. 2 VIP rooms. These are the 7th bedroom you're going to see. The VIP rooms are for when distinguished guests come and stay. They have a very large double bed, much more storage space, and their own bathroom as well. And then we have a copy of upstairs master's cabin downstairs for a second master cabin. So again, very big double bed here. Now the staff quarters I'm going to keep top secret, because I'm going to be posting a video shortly after this.
Is that where you're going to keep the girls? Is that why it's top secret?
Hiring my new staff, the crew of the Obsidian Blade. So if you want to apply for a position, keep watching my social medias, and details on how to apply will be.
Man, I don't know, y'all, bro. I'm looking at their daddy, bro. He's a nigga from Chicago, bro. Their daddy is a nigga from Chicago, bro. I don't know. I don't know, Chad. I don't know, bro. I never looked at it, bro. Hold on, man. Hold on, man. I'll pull the video back up, man. Hold on, bro. That look like a nigga to me, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Chicago, Illinois, 1958. He was an international chess master. Was in the United States Air Force as a sergeant. Oh no, bro. He went to school in Indiana. He went to school and graduated in Indiana. He was born in Chicago, went to school in Indiana. I don't know, it might be a nigga, bro. I'm just gonna say it, Chad. Andrew and Tristan Tate, man, they might be.
Is I'm going to keep top secret because I'm going to be posting a video shortly after this.
Is that where you're going to keep the girls? Is that why it's top secret?
Hiring my new staff, the crew of the Obsidian Blade. So if you want to apply for a position, keep watching my social medias, and details on how to apply will be.
I'd rather work on the Titanic, but anyway, their lawyer.
Oh, you said is he biracial? Yes, I do believe he's biracial. His mom's, his spouse was Aline Ashley. Aline Ashley. I'm assuming that's Andrew Tate's mom.
Joe McBride, I would describe him as potentially a captain of the Titanic if the Titanic was a legal case. All right, this guy is a joke. All right, he's looking more Danny McBride than Joe McBride. All right, but they're saying court proceedings are now underway in the Southern District of Florida. Our case for dispensing with extradition is unique, meritorious, and compelling. The law is our greatest help. This guy, I think, is probably using AI for a lot of this, okay? It's insane. The lawyer insists Donald Trump's help is not necessary because it wouldn't fucking help anyway, okay? This guy is such a clown, and I actually am stunned that somebody with so much money as Andrew and Tristan Tate, albeit ill-gotten gains, that they would hire such a hack of a lawyer. So he also reposted a Las Vegas criminal defense attorney, Nick Woolridge, giving an idea of the Tate's potential, defense strategy. But again, there's a lot of Instagram lawyers going around these days with absolute garbage advice, and sometimes these are just, people giving you the fastest route to hell. But let's see what he has to say.
Andrew Tate, Tristan Tate, and their extradition. Let's get into it. The Tate brothers, they're out in Miami, and these federal agents come up to them, and you see Andrew's kind of like, what the heck? And then they place him in handcuffs, and they put him in this, the agent cars, and they go off over to the federal courthouse. They recently appeared in federal court for their initial appearance. They're informed of the charges. They're represented by this lawyer, Joseph McBride. Joseph requests smartly to have an extradition hearing. That's what I would want if I was their lawyers. They should. Let's make it public. Let's get some information now. We don't have to wait till we get over there in England. Show us the probable cause, because they're going to have some probable cause hearing. That means they're going to have to hear evidence, and that evidence hopefully will become public and we can see it. Because right now, since they're in federal court, folks, there's no video. There's no cameras. All we got is the sketch artist. See the sketchy pics. Ooh, sketchy. No cameras allowed. No, you can't see.
What sort of... Is this a real lawyer? He's got some things framed on his wall. He's talking about sketchy. Once again, I wouldn't trust this guy. I wouldn't trust this guy with a case of fruit.
What we're doing in here. We don't want you to watch this judge. The Crown claims they have 39 new counts. Some of these are a doozy. They're claiming things like trafficking, indecent images of a child. That sounds horrible, but let's everybody's entitled to the presumption of innocence. Let's see what it really is. There's also 4 women have come forward, and they all have a similar theme of this choking, saying that Andrew has a thing where he chokes, beats, and then essays the women. His prior romance.
You can tell this guy is almost like, as he's getting into it, he's kind of like, how the fuck am I even defending this? You can tell there's he's leaking a bit of shame as he's doing this.
Romantic partners. I don't know if they kept going back or if it was just something that happened a single time and they never did it again. All that will eventually come out. Some people look at this case and are like, Andrew and Tristan, they're in the manosphere. They're misogynists. These are the worst of the worst. Have you heard how they talk about women? Of course they would do stuff like this. This is their MO. This is how they objectify and treat women. They're the worst. Take them down. Other people look at this and are like, this is really suspect. Seems like everybody's trying to come after these guys to shut them up. And it's always coming after people with essay allegations. It's always something of an essay nature to try to take somebody down and ruin their reputation. Now, an indecent image of a child, I mean, that would be the worst one, right? So some people are looking at this as very suspect and are like, show me the evidence, because I thought we've been here before in Romania, and it seems like you guys don't ever want to stop.
So this guy's looking more like a drama school major than an actual lawyer, and he's definitely not somebody I would trust with any kind of legal proceedings whatsoever. Cause this problem. The idea that there's this crazy deflection, he can't even talk about the charges. And
all right, chat, double tap the screen. We finna get into the next story, man. We finna get into the Nolan Wells case. We're gonna listen to the audio, and then we're gonna do a little breakdown into the chief medical examiner and how people are calling for every case that she has dealt with that has been determined an accident or a unaliving by their own hand needs to be reinvestigated.
Reporting live from Myers Club, Fight Plus News, I'm Janava.
Detail assistance, Vicky speaking. How can I?
So do y'all hear that at the beginning of the audio? Yesterday when we played the audio, we didn't hear that. Listen to the beginning of this audio.
Reporting live from Myers Club, Fight Plus News, I'm Janava.
Detail assistance, Vicky speaking. How can I help you? Of course. How far is the word coming up, sir?
Breaking news coming out of Mississippi. A little over 20 days after Nolan Wells' disappearance and death, there now appears to be a major break in the case that the public is finally hearing. Yesterday, we would release an extended version of the audio call his friends would make to the Tate company when they alleged they were having issues with their boat and was sinking.
Okay, how many adults on board?
There are 0 adults on board.
There's nobody on board the boat?
No. Nobody here is over the age of 21.
Sir, that was not the question.
Now, this version we shared, originally obtained by TMZ, would only capture when you first hear the driver of the boat speak with the operator. Now, late Saturday night, local outlet WLOX would go on to release a completely unedited version of the call provided by the Mississippi Department of Maritime Resources. And in the first few seconds appears for some that not only Wells was on the boat with his friends when they left Horn Island, that he also appeared to have passed away amongst them. At the top of the call, while hold music played, you can hear panic from an unidentified young woman who appears to say Nolan, followed by, "Oh my God." Now, as the driver of the boat tries to explain the situation regarding the boat itself, you would then hear a male voice in the background seemingly yell, "Wake up, wake the F up."
Detail assistance, Vicky speaking. How can I help you?
Hey, we're at the west tip of Horn, and our bilge pump.
I don't know, chat.
We're sinking. Can y'all please come?
So I know how the human brain works, chat. And if you're looking at the audio, if you're looking at the words pop up, it'll kind of force you to hear it. So I'm trying to listen to the audio without looking at the captions pop up on the screen. And it's sounding like they are saying Nolan. I can clearly hear someone say, "Oh my God." And I clearly hear someone say, "Wake the fuck up." I clearly hear those, but the Nolan, I'm trying to listen to it without looking at the captions.
How can I help you?
Hey, we're at the...
Regarding the boat itself, you would then hear a male voice in the background seemingly yell, "Wake up, wake the F up."
Detail assistance, Vicky speaking. How can I help you?
Hey, we're at the west tip of Horn, and our bilge pump stopped working. We're sinking. Can y'all please come? We have a membership.
All right, of course. How far is the word coming up, sir?
Now, of course, due to the conversations in the background not taking place a part of the actual call, the way some are hearing this could be challenged by those who choose not to see it that way. Now, as an attempt to better make out the background chaos, we will remove the hold music at the beginning in an edited version.
To connect you.
So this is the version that I didn't play yesterday because it was still early. I wanted to verify that it was edited, and it comes to find out that it was. So the edit on it was they said they removed the hold wait time music. So this is supposedly the clip without the wait time music. We heard it with the music. Now we're going to hear it without the music.
Detail assistance, Vicky speaking. How can I help you?
Hey, we're at the west tip of Horn, and our bilge pump stopped working. We're sinking. Can y'all please come? We have a membership.
That's what I'm saying. Like the version where they took out the music, you can damn near hear it better on the version with the music than the version when they took out the music. Listen to them. I'm gonna let it play one after another. You can hear it better on the version with the music.
In the background not taking place a part of the actual call, the way some are hearing this could be challenged by those who choose not to see it that way. Now, as an attempt to better make out the background chaos, we will remove the hold music at the beginning in an edit.
How can I help you? How can I help you?
Now, as the driver of the boat tries to explain the situation.
All right, so this version right here, chat, is the version with the music, and then we're gonna play the one without the music. I'm saying the one with the music, you can hear the background better. When they take the music out, it sounds distorted or like, I don't know. I don't know.
Regarding the boat itself, you would then hear a male voice in the background seemingly yell, "Wake up, wake the F up."
Detail assistance, Vicky speaking. How can I help you?
Hey, we're at the west tip of Horn, and our bilge pump stopped working. We're sinking. Can y'all please come? We have a membership.
All right, of course. How far is the water coming up, sir?
Now, of course, due to the conversations in the background not taking place a part of the actual call, the way some are hearing this could be challenged by those who choose not to see it that way. Now, as an attempt to better make out the background chaos, we will remove the hold music at the beginning in an edited version.
To connect you.
Detail assistance, Vicky speaking. How can I help you?
Hey, we're at the west tip of Horn, and our bilge pump stopped working. We're sinking. Can y'all please come? We have a membership.
All right, of course. How far is the water coming up, sir?
Now, to note, we as well personally can't help but to hear what many are now picking up, as well as potential's final moments. Now that this,
yeah, it's way better with you can hear it way clearer with the music. When they cut it out, what they did was they put a gate on it, and it's like a limiter or a gate that's cutting out the sound. It's like the sound, like it's not, I don't know. It's like when you set up your audio settings, like y'all know I went to audio engineer school. So I can clearly hear that they took the music out, but there's a gate or a damn limiter on there. And it's like it's cutting off the words that's in the back. It's cutting them short. The words not, and it doesn't do that on the version with the music. Whoever put that gate or limiter on that shit, it's terrible, bro. It's terrible.
Followed by, "Oh my God." Now, as the driver of the boat tries to explain the situation regarding the boat itself, you would then hear a male voice in the background seemingly yell, "Wake up, wake the F up."
Detail assistance, Vicky speaking. How can I help you?
Hey, we're at the west tip of Horn, and our bilge pump stopped working. We're sinking. Can y'all please come? We have a membership.
All right, of course. How far is the water coming up, sir?
Now, of course, due to the conversations in the background not taking place a part of the actual call, the way some are hearing this could be challenged by those who choose not to see it that way. Now, as an attempt to better make out the background chaos, we will remove the hold music at the beginning in an edited version.
Hit the like button, chat.
Connect you.
Hey, chat, we got to get the likes up, man. Everybody in here, please hit the like button on your way in so we can, get the likes up. We're just hanging out. It's a chill stream, but I do need y'all to hit the like button for me. Please, thank you.
Detail assistance, Vicky speaking.
Thank
How can
you,
I help
SB.
you?
Hey, we're at the west tip of Horn, and our bilge pump stopped working. We're sinking. Can y'all please come? We have a membership.
All right, of course. How far is the water coming up, sir?
Now, to note, we as well personally can't help but to hear what many are now picking up, as well as potential's final moments, now that this version of the tow call has been released. Now, for some, as the call continued, there appeared to be other questionable moments in the background for listeners, as the boat driver, identified as Wyatt Pyron, continued to speak with the operator. Like at the end of the call.
So Wyatt was the one driving. You said the caller sounds half cracked. They said they were all hammered. They said they were all drunk. That has been clear that they were all drunk. By the sound of this call, they were probably drunk too. So if Nolan passed away and he was on that boat and they were all drunk, that's where being crunk probably comes in, according to Dennis Sperling, as a personal injury case. If Nolan was unalived and it was unaliving, there's no claim. Insurance doesn't pay out for that type shit. But if it was negligence or a negligent homicide or something, then insurance won't pay out, so the family could possibly be held personally liable.
When you would hear the
Thank
call,
you, Christine.
captain expressed that he got a direct call from the grandfather Pyron, who would tell him that a tow was no longer needed. This for some would be the beginning of a cover-up to minimize witnesses.
So boom, now that's a key factor. We listened to the call yesterday. I didn't think about that angle. The lady was asking who was on the boat, whatever. And I was saying it's taking them too long. Like, what's up with the call? She ends up calling the guy that's going to tow them. What does the guy say? Oh, I just got off the phone with, I think, his grandpa. He said that they don't need any help. He'll let me know if they do, but they don't need any help. Now, the woman said, oh, well, they're pretty, distressed. They're saying the boat's taking on a lot of water and they're asking for help. Now, stop there. Let me take you back to that call, though. On the call, the lady asked, hey, do you need Coast Guard? He said, no, I don't need Coast Guard. I just need a tow. We are members. Fast forward back to the call with the operator and the boat driver, the actual captain that was going to come rescue them. She said, hey, they're taking on water. They're distressed. What did he do? He tried 2 or 3 different times to make sure he didn't have to go pick this boat up. He said, are they members? Is it his boat? Is that the boat that's insured under his name, or is it just somebody else's boat? He tried them. He didn't give a fuck about how much water they were taking on. He didn't give a fuck about that. He wanted to make sure that this was one of his members that he was obligated to go help. Fuck them kids is what he was on. Now that makes a lot more sense when you put it into context of everything that happened prior. This shit is a little crazy.
The Pyron, who would tell him that a tow was no longer needed. This for some would be the beginning of a cover-up to minimize witnesses.
Hi, Captain Seth. This is Vicky from International. How you doing today?
Doing good. How are you?
Good. I apologize ahead of time. I really do. You're going to have a fee-for-service come up under Jerry.
Okay.
It sounds like a bunch of kids on board on Horn Island.
Listen to how long he takes before he lets her know that I already talked to the pawpaw. Think about this, chat. If some shit like this going on and you literally just got off the phone with that man, you would have went on and said it. You're not going to wait till fucking 3 or however many 30 seconds, for a minute, 2 minutes into the call to say, oh, I just got off the phone with their pawpaw. That shit makes me feel like, shit, he might still be on the damn phone. He might be on the speakerphone. He probably called, the pawpaw probably called this man, allegedly. This is all speculation. Probably called the damn man on his personal line like, hey, grandson them out there tripping and shit. I don't know what's going on. And then he gets another ring on his line from the actual service people. We'll go back and play the full call. After we play this, We'll go back and play the full call, and I want y'all to watch how long he's on the line with this lady before he tells her, oh, I just got off the phone with their pawpaw. And then after he says, I just got off the phone with their pawpaw, how hard he tries to make sure that it was the right boat. I'm not going out there to get no other shit, man.
He's letting me know that his father's a member, but he can't give me any information. And he's saying the boat is sinking, and he's on Horn Island. It's just unfortunate. He's just a kid. There's a lot going on. So
Right.
he said there's about a lot of people on board. He says he thinks about 7.
How quiet he
I'm
get,
guessing they're all
right?
under 18.
Okay.
And I'm not trying to be rude. He wants you guys to go out there and unpump the boat and then tow it in.
Do you know what kind of boat it is?
He said a Triton 24-footer, but that's all he can give me.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I just actually got off the phone with his grandpa, who I'm guessing is the owner of the boat. And
Is it
he
Jerry?
said that Jerry, yeah. He said,
okay.
I just hung up with him. He said that they don't need any help right now, but if something changes, he'll call me back. So I'm guessing that they may have figured it out, because that's what he said. So they're in a panic and their boat won't crank.
Yeah, they're in a panic.
Since the beginning of this case, many have questioned Wells' friend's story, as many things appeared inconsistent throughout, and those online will call out the entire situation as being a cover-up of the death of another black teen in Mississippi. So what happens next? Given that this call is now officially 22 days old, we're certain the local officials and investigators have examined it by now. And given that agencies like the FBI are involved, we can also be certain that they have the resources to completely clean distorted audio with specialized forensic audio tools that can isolate speech. Now, according to reports, the FBI has perfected this ability since the 1960s as a way to improve distorted speech from wiretaps, 911 calls, and covert body wires. Now, when what we unveiled is the case, and we all have now witnessed that Nolan was back on the boat that day where he potentially lost his life, many individuals can now face consequences, like all of his friends who were on the boat that never gave Wells' family and authorities the truth and potentially helped get rid of his body. The stepmother of Warren Hudson, Judge Ashley Cole, who would push potential false statements. The grandfather Wyatt Pyron, who looks to have helped his grandson avoid serious consequences. The adults who supplied the teens with alcohol, causing them to potentially make terrible decisions that day. And local law enforcement for failing to aggressively move forward on making arrests when there were signs early on, like Exhibit.
Yeah, this shit is big, chat. Double tap the screen, shut a live out, chat. I need everyone to hit the like button on your way in. This is the South. And this small little case, man, now that they put the lights on it, like I said, we're going to do a little deep dive into the chief medical examiner, and I'm going to show you some cases that she's been involved in. But this shit is big. This shit is big, man. I can imagine, like, I don't know what happened. I wasn't there, but I can imagine Pawpaw trying to look out for his damn grandson. I can see that shit happening. How he passed away, I don't know. But I don't know, bro. This shit is crazy.
A picture of Nolan and his underage friends drinking, and more specifically for Sheriff John Ledbetter for expressing he didn't see any signs of foul play before an autopsy was even conducted. This recent update not only could highlight criminal bias, but also media bias because, again, this audio is over 20 days old, but for some reason, none of the major outlets played it in its entirety, which would have captured the slurred speech by...
Oh, so another thing too, I seen a lot of y'all, I actually had a conversation earlier, a couple people were trying to I pushed back on a couple people, they were on a panel, and they were like, talking about Nolan Wells' mom and the text messages and shit. So Nolan Wells' moms came out and she was like, oh, nobody reached out. Officer Tatum put that out there. And then she came out and cleared it up, on CNN, like, oh yeah, they did reach out, a few people. Now I'm sitting here using fucking common sense, right? When she showed the text, what did the text thread have in it? One damn message, right? So who's to say that Nolan's mom had this lady's number saved? Now, your son is missing or your son is body's just been found. One of the biggest cases in America. Everybody that you have ever known is texting and calling your phone, saying the same thing. If you need anything, reach out. If you need to talk, reach out. If you need a plate, you need something to eat, how you holding up? Everybody's reaching out. Numbers that you have saved, numbers that you don't have saved. Now, did she identify herself in that text message? Like, hey, this is such and such. I'm such and such's mom. If you want to talk, we can talk. I don't think I seen that. Maybe I need to go back and look at it. But from the initial thing, I don't think I seen any identification. So if her number's not saved, how is she supposed to know who the fuck this is? That's just where my common sense goes. I want to know y'all thoughts and opinions.
Pyron, the boat's driver, thus potentially incriminating him of boating under the influence, which again is against maritime law, as well as capturing him stating that none of the occupants of the boat were over 21 years old, the legal drinking age in Mississippi.
Okay, how many adults on board?
There are 0 adults on board.
There's nobody on board the boat?
No. Nobody
right.
here is over the age of 21.
Sir, that was not the question.
On Thursday, Mississippi District Attorney Angel Myers McIlrath would speak out about the case and would defend the pace of the investigation, as it would now be presented to a grand jury when it's complete.
I understand.
Now, was she wrong? Now, was Nolan Millwell's mom wrong? If someone did reach out and she said no one's reached out, was she wrong? Yes, she was wrong. But I can understand how she was wrong in that scenario. I don't save people's numbers, chat. Since I've been little. Thank you, Me Too. I hope you're having a good night. Thank you, Me Too, for supporting the channel via Super Chat. Y'all give Me Too some likes on that Super Chat. But I don't save people's numbers, chat. I never had my mom's number saved, my dad's number, any of my siblings' numbers. I'm just not a person to save numbers. It comes from the lifestyle I used to live. So oftentimes I have I remember people's numbers, or I remember the area code, or I remember the last 4. That's how I put, a name to a number. Now, if it's someone I don't really contact like that, people text me all the time and just say random shit like I'm supposed to know who the fuck they are. I'm sorry. I don't know who the fuck you are. I probably don't even open the message. That important, they'll call.
Understand the public's urgency to know what happened to Nolan, but we are not taking time for time's sake. We are taking the time required to complete the work this investigation demands. Since Nolan was reported missing, local, state, and federal law enforcement agencies have worked around the clock investigating what happened to him. Every piece of evidence must be examined. Every credible lead must be followed to its conclusion. Every witness interview must be analyzed in context of all other evidence. The pressure for answers does not change what the work requires.
This says this is from the office of the district attorney. This is from the DA's office.
Context of all other evidence. The pressure for answers
What's up, AJ?
does not change what the work requires. I also understand that many people have questions about why more information has not been released publicly. In Mississippi, the rules of professional conduct restrict the information a prosecutor can release during an investigation. Our restraint in communicating facts and evidence is not an effort to keep the truth from the public. It is an effort to protect the integrity of this investigation and the grand jury proceeding. As your district attorney, I have an ethical obligation to avoid public statements that could influence witnesses, prejudice a proceeding, or compromise the fairness of the legal process. My obligation extends to and requires me to use reasonable care to ensure investigating agencies avoid making those statements and releasing information as well. These rules exist to protect the search for the truth, not to prevent it. When the public asks, what about this, or have they looked at that, or did they think about this? The answer is yes. Those are the same questions investigators ask. The difference is that we can't publicly discuss the evidence, the interviews, or what those efforts have uncovered while the investigation is underway.
As far as Wells' family, they continue to ask witnesses to come forward and are expected to investigate Wells' phone with investigators assigned to the case. We all are also awaiting the findings from Wells' first autopsy, now that the independent autopsy deemed his cause of death as undetermined. And so if this captured audio accurately depicts what many are now hearing, the pain and lack of trust that Black Americans have expressed becomes more valid. And on the birth of Emmett Till, July 25th, 85 years later, Mississippi gains another stain on the state's history. Reporting live from Mibers Club, Fight Plus News, I'm Janab.
Now, Jason, why you delete that comment? He said, I bet Bobby Brown drowned Whitney Houston. Now, I know he down there trolling and shit, but damn, Jason. Now, that one you should have deleted. Because Matt's in here just trying to, rage bait and shit. But the Bobby Brown and Whitney Houston one, I don't know, bro. That was kind of crazy. All right, let's get into the full 911 call. Now that we got that background information, let's get into the full 911 call, and then we'll do that deep dive into the chief medical examiner and all of the crazy shit surrounding her.
Vicky speaking. How can I help you? Hello, sir.
Hello. Okay.
How many adults on board?
There are 0 adults on board.
There's nobody on board the boat?
No. Nobody
right.
here is over the age of 21.
Sir, that was not the question. Is there a person? Is there a person, a living individual on the boat?
Hey, we're at the west tip of Horn, and our bilge pump stopped working. We're sinking. Can y'all please come? We have a membership.
All right, of course. How far is the water coming up, sir? Can you give me a description?
Okay, Michelle said it's not a 911 call. Yeah, they're just calling it a 911 call. I guess the maritime, the guy, he said it in the last video who released this call. It's like some maritime whatever is how they got a hold of this call.
Ankles.
Hello? Say? Hey.
Yes, how far is the water coming up, sir?
It's coming up. We're just sinking. I don't know. Like we're going down now.
All right. Well, let's get you going. Membership number or phone number listed on the account, sir.
I don't know the phone number. It's either Jerry Atkerson. I think it's Jerry Atkerson. Try that.
All right.
I know we have a membership, like guaranteed. I don't have the tag
Unless
on
you
here.
have a membership number or anything, it's okay. I'll get you over to the captain. What's the best phone number to reach you at?
Every time somebody comes in my chat and types in all caps, I just know they're just ain't got no home training. They're just loud and rude and, keep their shoes on when they walk through the house and shit. Like, anytime somebody comes in my chat and types in just all caps, I just think that they're just, I don't know, bro. Shit pisses me off.
Reach me at 2.
All right. And is everybody on board in good health otherwise?
Yeah, everybody's
How
on
many?
board.
All right. Do you need the United States Coast Guard?
What?
Do you need the United States Coast Guard?
No, we do not need that.
All right. All right. Do you have your current GPS coordinates?
Let me go look.
If not, I can send you a text message.
North. All right, are you ready?
Yes, sir. I'm available.
North 30 degrees. But 4672. North.
Do you need the United States Coast Guard?
What?
Do you need the United States Coast Guard?
No, we do not need that.
All right.
We don't need them. The boat's sinking. We about to drop to the fucking bottom. Now, but we don't need the U.S. Coast Guard. Now, let me see. They were drinking. That's one. Everybody on the boat's drunk. They don't need the Coast Guard. 2, we don't know if Nolan's on that boat yet for sure or not. 3, do they charge? If the Coast Guard has to come out there and help them, is that a fucking bill?
All right. All right. Do you have your current GPS coordinates?
Let me go look.
If not, I can send you a text message.
North. All right, are you ready?
What's crazy is it'd be funny as hell to me. Like when y'all come in here and call, like I'm not a Democrat or a Republican, but when y'all come in here and be like, the media and the left weren't so busy generating votes, like you got to get out of the echo chamber. Like, have you seen like over the last, what has it been, 2 or 3 months? Everybody that's been getting caught in fucking election fraud has been Republicans. Like all of the people getting caught in election fraud over the last few months has been fucking Republicans. That shit is crazy. Yeah, they both do it. Motherfuckers be cheating, nigga.
You ready?
Yes, sir. I'm available.
North 30 degrees by 4672.
All right, 4672. All right, and you were breaking up a little bit. Can you just repeat it one more time to make sure I have it correct?
And now I'm tripping. Here goes the butt hurt, clutch the pearls. Prove it. Now you're tripping. That's a straight lie. Cash at me $10, man, or do a $10 super chat, and I'll stop my show and prove to you that these motherfucking Republicans have been getting caught stealing the lake. Matter of fact, you don't even got to pay $10. Just go put it in your YouTube search bar. You know how to use YouTube. You're using it right now.
Sorry, look.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, what?
So you're breaking up. If you need assistance, do you have a VHF radio?
No, we do not have the VHF radio.
All right. Well, let's try to get you going because you don't have good cell phone reception. Can you verify your coordinates one more time?
Okay, my coordinates are 30 degrees by 14.684 north, and then west by 88 degrees by 46.79.
Right. Looks like you're on Horn Island, correct? Are you
yes,
on
we are
Horn
at Horn
Island?
Island. Yes.
All right. Is the boat sinking or you have it aground?
We are sinking, yes.
Is it aground is the question?
No, we're not aground. We are in
Okay.
17 foot of water. We're in 31 foot of water.
All right. Have to ask. What do you want to do? Do you want to be towed back?
I want to get this boat unsank and towed back, yes.
All right. Where would you like it towed to, sir?
You can tow it to Ocean Springs Harbor or Fort Bayou Launch.
All right. How many adults and children on board?
No, there's no children.
So is there anybody on board? How many adults, sir? That was the question. Hello, can you hear me?
Gotta jump in and pull the plug, Bart, while you're going.
Hello, sir.
So, chat, this is the version that they put out first. And if you notice, it starts before the music cuts on. It starts as soon as the call picks up. We had to wait until the next day to get the actual full, call with the extra, 15 seconds maybe with the music and shit to hear that. This call did not have that on here as of yesterday. Did y'all notice that? Everyone hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. If you have not subscribed to the channel, we go live every single night over at 10 p.m. Central Time. We also need you to hit the like button and support the channel for free.
Hello.
Yep, I just need you to answer these questions so I can get you over to the captain.
Okay.
How many adults on board?
There are 0 adults on board.
There's nobody on board the boat?
No. Nobody
right.
here is over the age of 21.
Sir, that was not the question. Is there a person? Is there a person, a living individual on the boat?
Hello?
Is there a living person, someone breathing on the boat? Is there anybody on the boat?
Yes, there's lots of people breathing on the boat.
All right, how many people, sir?
Like 7.
All right, thank you. Does everyone have life jackets?
Was that someone coughing or a hiccup or like someone throwing up in the back? The hell is that?
How many people, sir?
Like 7.
All right.
Y'all hear that? Is that a cough or is it like a gag? What the fuck is that in the back?
Like 7.
All right, thank you.
Y'all heard that, right? It's some shit going on.
All right, how many people, sir?
Like 7.
All right, thank
You said a beer burp? That might be a beer burp. All right, chat. Press 1 if you think it's a beer burp. Press 2 if you think it's something else.
On the boat.
All right, how many people, sir?
Like 7.
All right, thank you. Does everyone have life jackets on or available to them?
Yes, we have life jackets available.
All right, verify what boat's sinking.
A Triton, 22-foot offshore, 22-foot Triton offshore sea flight hull.
All right.
It was someone gagging. That's what I thought at first. I thought it could be a hiccup, a cough, or a gag. I didn't think it was a burp. Y'all said it was a beer burp. I thought it was like a hiccup or a cough or a gag. I didn't hear burp. Y'all said burp. Hold on.
To them.
Yes, we have life jackets available.
All right, verify what boat's sinking.
Hey, man, if you going to be in this bitch, bro, and you just hating and trolling and whatever, man, if you don't want to be here, you don't got to be here, Matt. Like, nobody called you over here. Nobody said, hey, yo, where's Matt? Not one motherfucker asked that question, bro.
A Triton, 22-foot offshore, 22-foot Triton offshore.
Owner available to them, sir.
Like 7.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, that sounds more like a hiccup or a gag than a burp. That sounds more like a hiccup or a gag.
Is there a living person, someone breathing on the boat? Is there anybody on the boat?
Yes, there's lots of people breathing on the boat.
All right, how many people, sir?
Like 7.
All right, thank you. Does everyone have life jackets on or available to them?
Yes, we have life jackets available.
All right, verify what boat's sinking.
A Triton, 22-foot offshore, 22-foot Triton offshore sea flight hull.
All right.
You said, am I sure, Matt? Yes, I'm sure. Nobody knows you over here, man. Don't nobody over. All right, let's put this shit out there. Who the fuck invited Matt over here, man? Who the fuck called? Who brought Matt as a +1? Please put your hand up and come forward, cause I'm gonna send you packing soon as I get ready to send his ass packing, cause I know it's coming. Who brought Matt as a +1, man? Please stand up. Will the real Slim Shady please stand up?
All right. Please hold. I'm transferring you to the local captain now.
Yeah, thank you.
This is Captain Seth.
Hi, Captain Seth. This is Vicky from International. How you doing today?
Doing good. How are you?
Good, good. I apologize ahead of time. I really do. You're going to have a fee-for-service come up under Jerry.
Okay.
It sounds like a bunch of kids on board on Horn Island. He's letting me know that his father's a member, but he can't give me any information. And he's saying the boat is sinking.
All right, so let's see how long, because I said it was probably about a minute, maybe 2 minutes. Let's actually see how long it takes from her to get on the phone with the captain until the captain says, oh, I already talked to their grandparents. Let's see how long it takes.
Come up under Jerry
Okay.
today.
Doing good. How are you?
Good, good. I apologize ahead of time. I really do. You're going to have a fee-for-service come up under Jerry.
Jerry, okay. Start there.
It sounds like a bunch of kids on board on Horn Island. He's letting me know that his father's a member, but he can't give me any information. And he's saying the boat is sinking, and he's on Horn Island. It's just unfortunate. He's just a kid. There's a lot going on. So
Right.
He said there's about a lot of people on board. He says he thinks about 7. I'm guessing they're all under 18.
Okay.
And I'm not trying to be rude. He wants you guys to go out there and unpump the boat and then tow it in.
Do you know what kind of boat it is?
So boom. Now we're 45 seconds into after she said it was Jerry. He got the name Jerry. Now we're 45 seconds in. He's verifying the boat. Once he verifies the boat, I believe he's gonna say, "I just talked to the grandpa."
Said a Triton 24-footer, but that's all he can give me.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I just actually got off the phone with his grandpa,
So
who
he
I'm guessing is
verified
the owner of.
So about right under a minute in, it took him to verify that it was Jerry. Okay, a minute in, he got the name of it, he got the situation, he got the brand and length of the boat, and then he knew, like, oh, I just got out the phone, like, with the grandpa.
Of the boat, and he said that
Pro says he was just seeing how much she was told. That's a good point. He could just be fishing for information, trying to see, like, how much does they know. That could be it as well. I'm thinking it was more like he has to verify these two are not different situations. Like, this is the same situation. But he could have been briefed a little bit more and wanted to know what she knew.
Yeah, Jerry, yeah. He said,
okay.
I just hung up with him. He said that they don't need any help right now, but if something changes, he'll call me back. So I'm guessing that they may have figured it out, because that's what he said. So they're in a panic and their boat won't crank.
So now he's saying that he got a call that they may have figured it out. So if he just got off the phone with the grandpa, whether that was a minute ago, 2 minutes ago, 5 minutes ago, I believe it was within, a minute. He's saying the situation is good. They'll figure it out. They got it. Now, they're calling at the same time telling this lady, like, oh, shit's going bad. The boat's sinking. The bilge pump's not working. So what I want to know is that the exact same? Did he call his grandpa and his grandpa told him to call the member people while the grandpa actually called the captain of the boat? Now, do these member people, do they have different boats out there? Does this service, it's looking like it's a service. Is this only one captain that's towing people, or is this like a captain that's leased on to a company that kind of does this shit? I don't know. I don't know that dynamic. Why does that matter, Plug? Because if he's operating independently and the grandpa called directly to him, it's a little different than him being part of, like leasing on to a company, and this company has maybe 5 to 10 to 20 boats out there. Anybody in that area could have been called out to them. That's why it's a little different.
Yeah, they're in a panic. He's saying the bilge is not keeping up. I asked for Coast Guard. He said no, but he's just really upset on the back end. And, I get it. It's a kid. He just doesn't understand.
Oh, okay. Do you still have him on the line?
Yes, I still have him on the line. And, again, I couldn't.
You said, yeah, you have the transcripts. You're a joke. Who are you talking to, Lisa? Before I say some wild shit, who are you talking to, Lisa?
Find, he couldn't give me anything regarding his grandfather's, membership, so it's just under Jerry fee for service.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I just talked to, if you want to, we're so tied up right now. We can't really do any non-member jobs right now.
Is Jerry a member? Did you find out if he was a member or not?
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's his boat or what. I'm not sure what's going on with it. But yeah, transfer the kid over. I'll talk to him, and then I'll call his grandpa back as well.
All right.
Oh, someone has the transcript. If y'all have the transcripts, thanks for that, Lisa. Send it to me in the Discord, and we'll read through the transcript. If someone has the official transcripts, get them to me in the Discord.
And did you want me to look up Jerry's membership number or anything like that to see if he's up? I know you guys are
You can try this cell phone number.
Yes, sir.
Anything on this phone number.
All right, yep, Jerry, yeah, he's an active member. Hold on.
What kind of boat do you have on there? Same boat?
Yeah, he's one of your members. Yep, 22-foot Triton. All right, I'll just disregard this one. I'm going to send you over an accurate one under this Jerry Ackerson one, okay? He's one of your members. You'll get in a couple minutes, okay?
Okay, perfect. All right, and yeah, just transfer this kid over whenever you get a chance.
All right, transfer him now. Thank you again, Captain.
All righty.
Stay safe out there. It's crazy. Have a drink.
Oh, it's wild.
All right, chat. Before we get into the next shit, I'm gonna show y'all this medical examiner. I told y'all we would look at the things surrounding this medical examiner before we get into another clip. So this is the lady that they're saying is the chief medical examiner right here. Now, boom, let me get this lady's picture up. All right, this is the lady right here. Damn. This is the lady right here. Hit the like button, chat. Everyone hit the like button. What they're saying is that her name is Stacy Turner. This is from X post. Stacy Turner, the chief medical examiner in Mississippi, needs to be thoroughly investigated. Every case she's ruled as accidental, undetermined, or self-unaliving involving black people should be re-examined immediately. Trey Reed was found hanging on the Delta State University campus. Yes, Trey Reed was found. Remember, we remember that. And they said, oh, all the police force was black and it was this, and that. And it came back that they ruled it a self-unaliving. Remember, they did the independent investigation, and the independent investigation found what? Blunt force trauma and bruising all over his body, right? She was involved in that, allegedly. Also, we got the Nolan Wells case. They haven't ruled it yet officially, but we know that the police and a lot of people that came out and ruled it a drowning almost immediately. No foul play and all of that, day one. Damian Cameron, I haven't heard about the Damian Cameron case. It said his death was ruled undetermined after a deadly confrontation with law enforcement left him with internal neck bleeding. They say his death was undetermined and he had a confrontation with law enforcement and he had internal neck bleeding. Shannon Wilson was embalmed without his family's permission, and that destroyed critical evidence that could have shown that he was unalive. So they embalmed the body without the family's permission. So those are the four things that are surrounding this lady right here. You said you remember that. I don't remember that Damien one, but I do remember that Trey. I remember the Trey Turner case. Trey Reed, I mean. I remember the Trey Reed case at Delta State. I do remember that. But let's get into this right here, this breakdown, chat. But we're gonna be taking a closer look at this lady right here, and we'll go look into all of those cases.
There are significant new developments in the mysterious death of 18-year-old Nolan Wells that we want to talk about tonight.
The investigation is far from over. The death of Nolan Wells, and the question is, was this an accident or was this a crime?
The FBI has finally given a statement in the Nolan case.
Matt, you not finna come over here directing my fucking content, Matt. You about getting on my damn nerves. We don't watch the interview with the white boy on Tate. We watched this shit all 4 parts, and we watched the mixed boy. Yo ass is new here. Yo ass need to act like you new here. This is the last time I'm gonna say it. Your ass is new here, act like it. Shit.
17 days, one question has followed this family everywhere. Not how, but why won't anyone tell us? Tonight, 3 of the loudest silences in this case broke, almost at once. The federal agency that stayed quiet for weeks finally put its role on paper, in full, for the first time. The one witness who could actually explain Nolan's final confirmed minutes stopped letting other people speak for her and told his mother herself, face to face. An audio recorded hours before anyone even knew he was missing has just handed investigators something this case never had before, an actual minute-by-minute timeline, instead of competing memories of a chaotic...
Victoria comes through with a good question. How can an independent exam be completed without the lungs being present? It doesn't make sense. I think they would need to have them determine if he drowned, just in my opinion, though. Yes, and that's why the independent autopsy came back as saying that they ruled out a few things, but they couldn't complete it. It was incomplete because they didn't have a lot of the things they needed. They didn't have the throat, They couldn't see if it was strangulation. They didn't have a lot of things. You are right, Victoria.
Afternoon, 3 silences, 1 night.
You said I sound like Steven from Candyland? Nah, I sound like, why are you deleting me? Jason, put your gun down, Jason. Stop, Jason. You about to piss me off too, Jason. You just trying to block everybody and you blocking the wrong damn people. Stop. Just put your gun down, Jason. Damn. Now, Matt, you said I sound like Steven from Candyland. Well, you finna look like Jazz off Fresh Prince when I throw your ass out of here. Everybody wave Matt goodnight. He doesn't know how to play well with others. He's a little sleepy, so we're going to give him his melatonin and send his ass to bed. Everyone wave goodnight to Matt. Damn, Jason.
Let's get into exactly what's been confirmed and what still isn't. Quick note before we start. This case involves the death of a teenager and threats made against people connected to it. If that's heavy for you tonight, please take care of yourself first. If you're new here, go ahead and subscribe. We track this case closely and only report what's actually been verified. Let us know in the comments where you're watching from. Before we get into tonight's developments, it's worth remembering who Nolan Wells actually was.
Yeah, Jason, and I'm telling you, you don't need to be going for nobody no more. Not tonight. Put your gun down. Lala got it. Big Niche got it. XX got it, Jason. You done too much tonight. You gonna shoot the whole fucking party up and shit, man. Just put your gun down, Jason. It's over with, man. You on leave. You on unpaid leave right now. Cause I never paid y'all to begin with. So you are on unpaid leave.
Beneath everything this case has become. He was 18, a wide receiver at Southwest Mississippi Community College, one of 6 children raised by Christine and Elmore Wansley in Ocean Springs. He just finished his first year on campus and was due back for summer training camp the Monday after this trip, getting ready for his first full season. This wasn't meant to be an open-ended summer blowout. It was supposed to be a short, ordinary break before the real work of the season started again, spent the way he and this same circle of friends had spent holidays before, on a boat trip out to Horn Island. That detail matters because it's easy for a case like this to become an abstraction, a timeline, a set of GPS coordinates, a list of unanswered questions. But underneath all of it is a specific young man who had a return date circled on a calendar, who was supposed to be back in a locker room in a matter of days, not in the ground. Let's start with the FBI. For weeks, one question sat unanswered at the center of this case. Why were federal agents involved at all in what is, on paper, a local Mississippi investigation? The answer:
because it was maritime. I told y'all that from the beginning. With the amount of publicity this was getting and it being maritime because they were off on the damn Horn Island, the feds should have been involved. I said that before the feds got involved. I said, where the fucking feds? This is some maritime shit. Where the fuck is the feds at?
Only ever came in pieces. A mention here, an unconfirmed detail there. Nothing official. That kind of silence carries its own weight for a family already living inside so much uncertainty. Every unanswered question becomes one more thing to worry about at 2 in the morning, one more possibility to turn over while trying and failing to sleep. Christine and Elmore Wansley didn't just need to know what happened to their son. For weeks, they also had to wonder what an entire federal agency's involvement meant, without anyone willing to tell them directly. That changed when the FBI's Jackson Field office released a complete, on-the-record statement addressing its role directly for the first time. The statement is clear on one point above all else. The Jackson County Sheriff's Office is leading this investigation and will continue to lead it from start to finish. The FBI describes its own...
Robert says, why do you think his friends unalived him? I never said that they unalived him. I think it's a cover-up. Now, how he passed away, I don't know. But at everything that happened after, the phones, the keys, the not going to look for your friends, the all of that shit, I mean, they did say they went out there and got told to turn around. They did say that on Officer Tatum. But when they were at the restaurant, like they're saying that y'all think we did it already anyway, shit like that. I don't know how Nolan Wells passed away. I hope we find out how Nolan Wells passed away. But the actions of it and the words after the fact, that shit's been crazy. Shit's been crazy.
Own involvement as support, tools, resources, and partnerships made available at Jackson County's request, built on what the Bureau calls years of working alongside local law enforcement. But the real reason federal agents are involved has nothing to do with how Nolan died. According to the FBI, its efforts have centered specifically on interstate threats, threats against people connected to this case, serious enough and crossing enough state lines to become a federal matter in their own right. This isn't speculation. Jackson County Chancery Court Judge Ashley Cole, whose son Warren was one of the friends on the boat with Nolan that day, has said her family has received a wave of threats since this case drew national attention. Attorney Ben Crump has also said Nolan's parents themselves received threatening mail while planning their son's funeral. And Nolan's friend, Tristan Shepard, has said publicly that he and others have faced threats online since the case went national. Sit with that for a moment. A mother and father.
You said my survey question is
in the middle of choosing a
inappropriate. Of all shit that's going on, my poll is inappropriate. Clutch your pearls, then. Clutch your pearls.
Casket, a church, a eulogy for their 18-year-old son, also had to open threatening mail addressed to their own legal team. Grief does not pause to let the rest of the world behave decently. For this family, it has arrived alongside cruelty, again and again, at nearly every stage of a process that should have been theirs alone to carry. We're not going to describe the content of any of it. Repeating it wouldn't help anyone, and it would only add more strain onto people already carrying enough. What matters is that these threats are real, confirmed by the people who received them, and federal agents are now working to trace where they came from.
You said, yeah, don't read my entire comment. I read what the fuck I needed to read. I read the whole comment. I just didn't read your whole comment out loud. I saw what you said, but for you to say my shit is inappropriate for any reason, it's not inappropriate. It's a question. But
there is a wider cost to this that goes beyond any single person who has received a threat. Every friend, every family member, every young person even loosely connected to Nolan Wells is now watching what has happened to Judge Cole, to Nolan's parents, to Shepard, and quietly weighing what it might cost them to speak up, to cooperate, to simply be named publicly in connection with this story. That kind of chilling effect doesn't show up in any official statement, but it shapes an investigation just as much as any piece of physical evidence does. People protect themselves and the people they love. Sometimes that means staying quiet, even when they might have something that could genuinely help. So here's where things officially stand. Federal agents are not investigating how Nolan Wells died. That remains entirely with Jackson County. What they are investigating is who's threatening the people now connected to his story. That statement also didn't arrive in isolation. It came days after Nolan's parents met directly with Jackson County District Attorney Angel Myers McElrath, alongside Ben Crump and attorneys Eric Hertz and Liza Park. Following that meeting, Crump confirmed that once the sheriff's investigation concludes, the case will be handed to a grand jury. He also confirmed something significant. Nolan's phone will undergo a mutual, simultaneous inspection, with the family's own forensic experts examining it alongside law enforcement.
Okay, that's good information to know that the phone's gonna be forensically examined independently and alongside law enforcement. What's up, Shirley? Welcome in. I hope you're doing well tonight, Shirley.
Both sides watching the same data pulled the same way at the same time.
Hey, Bobby, I see you trying to get your comments out, but I'm gonna ask you to refrain from typing in all caps in the chat. Yeah, we don't do that shit over here. But welcome in, Bobby.
Analysts have described that kind of joint inspection as unusual, rarely happening without real public and legal pressure behind it. It's worth pausing on what a grand jury referral actually means, because the phrase itself gets treated online as though it's synonymous with charges already being filed. It isn't. A grand jury referral is a formal step, a commitment that whatever evidence this investigation produces will be placed in front of a panel of citizens who will then decide whether that evidence supports moving forward. It is not a verdict. It is not an indictment. For a family that has spent weeks fighting simply to be kept informed, it represents real, tangible progress. But it is also, by itself, no guarantee of anything beyond that panel actually convening and reviewing whatever comes before it. The phone itself has been part of this story from the very beginning. Nolan's mother has said Snapchat messages from July 4th appear to be missing from his account, despite him being an active user of the app. A retired FBI agent told News Nation that investigators may still be able to recover several layers of that data, even if it was deleted, since carrier-side records often exist independently of whatever survives on the device. There is something almost unbearable about that detail if you actually sit with it. A mother searching her son's phone for any trace of his last ordinary afternoon, hoping to find a photo, a message, anything that might explain what happened, and finding instead an empty account where a normal day should have been. Whether that emptiness turns out to mean something or nothing, the not knowing itself has already cost this family weeks of additional grief they should never have had to carry. Now, to the second major development. Her name is Katie. She was never a mystery in this case. Her identity surfaced early.
You said, what do I think happened? I think some shit went on. They panicked, called Pawpaw to try to figure this shit out. And now we're here. We're here. That's what I think happened. I think some shit went on. I don't know what went on. I just think some shit went on. And once some shit went on, the panic was on. And that's when we start getting stories not matching up, stories not adding up, motherfuckers moving a little funny, phones being erased and shit like that. Throats being, you know what I mean?
Early on, through her own family. What was missing for weeks was her own voice, spoken directly rather than filtered through someone else. For nearly 2 weeks, everything attributed to Katie arrived secondhand. First through a family friend, relaying what she'd heard from Katie in passing. Then,
look at Skeptic. You can't have a different opinion on this channel. If you do, your comment gets deleted. A difference of opinion gets you shut down. I'm out. Get the fuck out, Skeptic. Nobody called you over here, nigga. Who the fuck said, hey, yo, go get Skeptic and make sure he comes over here? Nobody, nigga. Get the fuck out, bro. Like, shit, you ain't got to announce you leaving. You was probably typing in all caps. Don't come in this bitch yelling. I do the yelling, nigga. You come in this bitch with some decorum. You can have a difference of opinion. Do that shit in regular cases, nigga. Don't come in here in all caps yelling and shit. Get the fuck out, man. Bye. Good night.
And through Katie's own mother, posting online, not to reveal anything new, but to correct rumors that had already spiraled far past anything Katie had actually said. Every version of her account passed through someone else's memory before it ever reached the one person who needed to hear it most. Think about what it must have been like to be her these past few weeks. 18 or 19 years old, at most, watching your name become a fixture in a national news story, watching strangers argue about what you supposedly said without ever having said a word yourself. That kind of exposure would be disorienting for anyone. For someone barely out of high school, it is its own quiet ordeal.
You said I didn't say it in all caps. I said learning to swim is important. Oh, well, shit. I don't know why they deleted you for saying learning to swim is important. I don't know. I don't know why they took you out the game for that.
Playing out entirely outside of her control. That changed when she and Christine Wansley, Nolan's mother, sat down together face to face. According to Christine, what Katie told her did not match the version she'd been hearing from everyone else. Here's what Katie has maintained consistently. She and Nolan spent time together on the island.
I know it better not have been Jason that deleted your comment. That's what I do know. It better not have been Jason. Who deleted your comment? Was it Jason?
That day, then parted ways. She got back on a boat with her own friends, separate from Nolan's group. Based on what he told her before they split up, she believed he intended to rejoin his friends and head home. Here's the detail that actually matters. Katie never saw Nolan get on that boat. She assumed it based on a real conversation. She didn't personally witness what happened afterward. That's an important distinction. This isn't two witnesses describing the same moment in opposite ways. Katie isn't claiming she watched him board that boat. She's saying he told her his plan, and at the time, she had no reason to doubt it. That leaves a real unresolved gap. The space between the moment Nolan stated his intention and whatever happened after Katie walked away. Nobody has been able to account for what filled that gap. Not Katie, not his friends, not investigators still working through digital evidence and witness statements. Picture that meeting between Katie and Christine for a moment. Two people who had never met, brought together by the worst possible circumstance. One of them, a mother trying to reconstruct her son's final hours from fragments handed to her secondhand for 2 straight weeks. The other, a young woman trying to explain, honestly and directly, exactly what she remembers and exactly where her memory ends, knowing that every word would eventually be picked apart by strangers who weren't in the room. It's worth being upfront here about a genuine tension in this case. While Katie's account has now reached Nolan's family directly, another key account hasn't landed the same way. Tristan Shepard, the friend who told ABC News he was the one heard yelling in a widely circulated video, not Nolan, and who said Nolan chose to stay behind to spend more time with a girl he'd met that day, has had his account directly
So that's what I'm saying. They saying they had his account directly disputed. We finna pull back up what Tristan said on Officer Tatum. I don't know what he said on ABC, but I know on Officer Tatum, he said that he had a girl there. He dropped her koozie or whatever it was in the damn water. She was upset, said he'd been drinking too much. He said he just wanted another beer. She told him to go get one. Somebody got in his business and said, you need to stop talking to that girl like that. And he was like, dude, what do you mean? Like, whatever, this is my girl type shit. And then he said, dude was like, I bet not hear you talking to her like that again, and then swung on him. None of that shit had nothing to do with give me my fucking phone back. Remember on the original video, we heard them arguing. They was talking about give me my phone, some shit about the phone. When he went on Officer Tatum, he didn't say nothing about the phone. Are y'all following me? Are y'all caught up here? I'm going to play it. We going to watch it. Watch.
Disputed by Nolan's own parents. Christine and Elmore Wansley have said publicly that they don't actually know Shepard and that they'd never seen him at their home. That doesn't mean Shepard's account is false, but it means one of the most repeated explanations in this entire case is coming from someone the immediate family says they can't personally vouch for. That tension matters more than it might seem on the.
So I had a few talks about this too, like a couple panels that I went on. So these guys are saying that, what do you mean that they weren't friends and shit like that? And I'm telling them, like, just because the teenagers consider themselves friends don't mean the parents look at them like friends. You know how you got your parents to be like, oh, your friends ain't your friends, that friend ain't your friend. You got differences in that shit. Then you have friends from the sandbox, friends that you grew up with from kindergarten all the way up. Then you have friends that you met in high school, which can turn out to be lifelong friends as well. But parents are going to look at them differently. They're going to look at your friends from the sandbox like, oh, they've been coming around for 10, 15 plus fucking years. And then they're going to look at your high school friends as, oh, he's probably going through a phase. I really don't know that kid. Like, it's just different. And people act like that's surprising. Everybody wants to be like, oh, no, plug, I got friends that I'm not saying you don't got friends from high school. I'm saying that the dynamic is fucking different. Y'all are trying to fault this woman for saying, I really don't fucking know him like that. Maybe she saw him a couple times, but it's a difference between having somebody that you grew up with, known all this time, and somebody that's been around shit 2, 3 years, 4 years. They on some different shit. Once you in high school, you're not really hanging out at the house and shit anywhere. You're in and out trying to chase some whatever you trying to chase. Shit is crazy.
The surface. This entire case has been shaped by a handful of accounts.
I'm talking about this Tristan dude, the one that said that they had been friends since 9th grade. He said that they had been friends since 9th grade. I believe him. And he said that I don't want to take anything else from anybody else that's his best friend. I believe that as well. What I'm talking about is the people that's acting surprised that Nolan's mom saying like, shit, I don't really fucking know him. She knows the kids that have been around since childhood. She just don't know his ass because he only been around for a couple years.
Accounts from young people who were on that island, each one carrying real weight in the public conversation, each one difficult for a grieving family to fully verify on their own. Somewhere underneath the competing headlines is a mother trying to figure out which version of her son's last hours she can actually trust, without the luxury of meeting every single person telling a piece of that story. Now, the third piece, the audio and GPS data that's finally giving investigators a real timeline instead of competing memories. According to records obtained by CBS News from the Mississippi Department of Marine Resources, the boat carrying Nolan's group left its dock at approximately 9:56 in the morning and arrived at Horn Island around 11:14. Nothing about that timing raises any questions. It's an ordinary holiday departure.
Right, Laurie. He said they didn't go to Nolan's house. Now, everybody's acting like that's fucking crazy. I'm telling y'all, chat, this is the South. I don't know how it goes on the West Coast or the East. This shit is the South, man. Everybody can't come in your fucking house. Now, you have parents who are just whatever. They let whatever the fuck go on in their house. They just do it. Ain't no home training. Shit ain't going on right over there. But structured families, they don't let anybody in their fucking house, man. You just don't do it. You got friends that, like I said, chat, I have friends. Some of them are in the chat. Some of them are other streamers that got their own platforms. They could walk into my mom's crib, bro, and go straight in the refrigerator. Knock on the door. Parents gonna let them in. They going straight in the refrigerator, sit down, watch TV, talk to my parents. I don't even gotta be there. Now I have friends from high school that they've been my friends and I fuck with them. But if they go knock on my parents' door, my mama and dad would look at them like, who the fuck are you? That's just what's gonna happen. I'm sorry. Plug is not here. You're gonna have to come back later. I don't know how hard that is to see.
The last confirmed sighting of Nolan alive places him on the island around 3 p.m. Separately, NBC News obtained emergency dispatch audio from that same afternoon. On the recording, someone aboard the boat reports the vessel is taking on water near the western tip of the island after the bilge pump failed. The caller asks for towing assistance. A dispatcher asks if everyone aboard is safe. The caller confirms they are. That audio matters because it independently corroborates something Judge Ashley Cole had already said publicly, that the boat developed a mechanical problem and left the island around 4:30 that afternoon. Nobody fabricates a documented emergency call in advance of a disappearance that hasn't happened yet. That part of the account holds up. GPS data confirms the boat left Horn Island at approximately 4:31 p.m. and returned to its original dock a little over an hour later after being towed for several miles. So here's what that timeline actually confirms and what it doesn't.
Joe said, do my parents call me Plug? My pops called me, I ain't gonna tell y'all that because y'all ain't gonna never let that shit go. I almost spilled the fucking beans. But for the most part, yeah, everybody around here call me Plug Sack, shit like that. They be like, hey, Plug Sack, shit like that. But yeah, I almost spilled the fucking beans.
Confirmed, the boat had a real, documented mechanical failure that afternoon. It left the island without Nolan around 4:31. It returned to the mainland roughly an hour later. Not confirmed. Why Nolan wasn't aboard when it left, and what happened during the window between the last confirmed sighting of him at 3 p.m. and the boat's departure at 4:31. That gap, roughly 90 minutes, is where this case still genuinely lives. No amount of dispatch audio or GPS data has been able to account for what happened inside it. Even this documented timeline, as valuable as it is, still sits on top of an incomplete medical record. The state autopsy was carried out days after Nolan's body was recovered, and investigators have said there is currently no indication of drug or alcohol involvement, though that reading is preliminary. A full official cause and manner of death has not been released, because toxicology results are still pending.
Yeah, you can get part 1 of the book, Kaylin. You got the email. Just send me an email, and I'll give you a way to get the book, man. I'll give you a way to get part 1 of the book.
A second independent autopsy conducted in Washington, D.C., and funded in part by Colin Kaepernick, also hasn't been made public, even though the family's legal team has said at multiple points that they expected results soon. Until either report is released, every timeline reconstruction, every piece of digital evidence, every account from every witness is, in a very real sense, sitting on top of a medical question that still hasn't been answered. Try to picture those 90 minutes the way this family has had to, over and over.
They were drinking, Mr. Lou. Wyatt confirmed that they were drinking a lot, and Tristan, I believe that's how you say his name, confirmed that they were drinking. He said that he was saying he wanted another beer. So they are, Wyatt was very vocal about how much alcohol they had. We still haven't got the toxicology report back, but Wyatt was rather vocal about how drunk they were. And now we get the 911 or the call, whatever call it was. Y'all saying it's not a 911 call, but whatever call we listened to, we could hear that he sounded, intoxicated. So during the Officer Tatum interview, he kept referencing how much everyone was drinking and how drunk everyone was. And Tristan said that his girl had told him that he had been drinking too much and he needed to slow down.
For weeks, a stretch of beach, hundreds of people scattered across it for a holiday weekend, and somewhere inside that crowd, an 18-year-old who never made it home. Not a mystery hidden in some remote, empty place, but one that unfolded in plain sight, surrounded by strangers, and still, somehow, nobody has been able to say exactly what happened. It's worth remembering, too, what came after that 90-minute gap, because the hours that followed revealed just how much time passed before anyone realized something.
Yeah, that was kind of crazy. Now that we get the knowing everything that went on, we got to go back to 20 days ago, 2 or 3 days after this case first broke. Stay with me, chat. Stay with me. Now that we know the boat left the island, taking on water at 4:31, it returned back to the dock at around 5:30. Remember when they said they were out late at night at 2 or whatever time it was, don't misquote me, whatever time it was, cleaning up the boat? Now that sounds a little bit different. Were they too drunk to clean up the boat and had to wake up later or shake back and go clean it up? Why didn't they clean up the boat upon arrival back? Were they waiting till the sun went down and it was cool? I don't know, but that is a question. If the boat got back at 5:30, why are people saying that they were cleaning the boat well into the night? I think sometime after midnight, if I'm not mistaken. 3 a.m. Shirley says 3 a.m. Now that we know the boat got back at 5:30, they weren't cleaning it out till 3 a.m. I don't know.
Thing was truly wrong. When the boat returned to the mainland dock that evening without Nolan, nobody called Christine right away. Not because anyone was trying to hide anything, but because this same group had made this same trip before, and an evening without word from an 18-year-old on a holiday week.
Now, cleaning the boat doesn't surprise me. Please don't type in all caps, V. Cleaning the boat doesn't surprise me, because if y'all know what salt water does to those boats and how much they cost, we're talking about $100,000 boats here. So cleaning out the boat doesn't surprise me. You gotta, that salt water will eat away at your shit. But to know that the boat got back docked at 5:30 and it wasn't getting cleaned out till 2, 3 in the morning, that's what's crazy to me. That's what's crazy to me. Everybody be sure to hit the like button on your way in and subscribe to the channel. We're about 27 subscribers away from the next sub goal. Please subscribe to the channel.
Weekend didn't yet register in anyone's mind as a crisis. That changed just after 11 p.m. when Christine's phone rang. It wasn't Nolan, it was one of his friends. She has said publicly, more than once, that this was the moment something inside her shifted, the moment she understood this was no longer an ordinary night. From there, a search effort grew quickly, eventually including the Jackson County Sheriff's Office, the Mississippi Department of Marine Resources, the National Park Service, the United States Coast Guard, and a volunteer search and rescue organization. Elmore, Nolan's father, took his own boat out the following morning and searched near Horn Island himself, a father combing open water, while in parallel, an organized search stood up on shore. For 2 full days, that search covered land and water around the island with no result. Then, early on the morning of July 6th, a National Park Service ranger spotted a body in the water along the island's northwestern shore. The search for Nolan...
So boom, stop right there. His body was found on the 6th. They said that the other people reached out to them on the 7th, I believe. Right? Wasn't that when the text messages that, oh, we'll pull up the text messages in a minute. When they put it out, when they said Nolan's mom was lying about people hitting them up, they put out the text message. I think that text was from the 7th, if I'm not mistaken. If that text was from the 7th, they found this body on the 6th. Everybody and their mama's probably hitting her up now.
Wells was over. The search for what actually happened to him on that island was only just beginning. It's also worth remembering how much unverified content has circulated around this case already. A pool party photo that spread online, claimed as proof Nolan was alive after July 4th, was later traced through photo metadata to June 27th, a full week before he ever set foot on Horn Island. And more recently, Christine Wansley has had to publicly warn people about an AI-generated video circulating online, built from real photos.
All right, we are going to take a look at this Tatum interview. We're not going to watch it all. We're going to skip through some parts.
Things first, Benjamin Crump, for everybody that said...
Hold on, this is the wrong damn video. What video is this? Hit the like button, chat. All right, here we go. So let's go to the, damn, I was looking for the text messages, but I got it right here. Chat, double tap the screen, hit the like button. Here it goes right here. I was looking for the text one though, but this is the full interview.
So Warren, I'm gonna ask you some very pointed questions. I mean, just straight out. The first thing I wanna ask you is, did you kill Nolan? All right, Warren, we had a chance to get to know each other over the last, 2 days.
Side cleat, or starboard side cleat, and he was on our starboard side bow. And so it was rubbing on his power pole. So Bart turned around, pulled up next to our boat, and we were just trying to get it situated. So that's when Wyatt called Cito. And Wyatt was like, calls him, because the cell service isn't great at the island, but once you can use your phone, but stuff might not just send and
Man, all right, I gotta get to the nitty gritty. Where's the other guy? I've watched that wide shit. I want to watch Tristan.
Allen. So what's your take on Nolan being presented as like the only black kid in a group of all these white boys?
That's crazy, man. I know we've spoken a little bit, but that friend group that I'm a part of to this day was the first friend group I was in when I moved to Ocean Springs as a new kid coming in. I never knew any of them. I'd known one.
Oh, chat, be sure to hit the like button on your way in. V, you hit the like button by double tapping your screen. Just tap your phone screen 2 times and that's how you get the like.
Kind of, sort of, back from grade school because we went to the same private school together. But that was it. That was it. And him being the only black person, minority, any of that measure is insane. Our friend group is diverse from the max. Like, we have a mixed guy. I mean, we had Nolan in our friend group. There's an Asian a part of our friend group. There's a Latino that they're trying to perceive as white. He's truly authentic Mexican. His parents are from Mexico. They came over legally and they did everything right, and he's been here since. It blows my mind because our friend group is not a friend group that sees race. Our friend group sees what good you do for other people, what good you bring, and how.
He probably just got off work, me too. Like, yeah, that is a nice couch, but he's dirty. But he probably just got off work, hell. I mean, he got shit going on, and he's doing this interview with Officer Tatum, but hell, he still got bills to pay and shit. He probably just got off work.
how the type of person you truly are and where your morals lie. That's one thing in common. Me and my friends might not agree on everything, but our morals align. Our morals know. So for them to even make that narrative up really shows you have no idea what it's like down here on the coast. You have no idea how tight-knit Ocean Springs as a community is.
Here we go.
You don't understand it. You don't see the thousands of kids in the high school football stands cheering their team on. Nobody cares what color you are. We're there to have fun and to just live. And that's how Nolan lived. That's how I live now. I've grown up and I have more big boy stuff, but in high school, all I cared about was going to hang out with my guys. And I mean, on a personal level that leads off of it, it's like, it got me in trouble with my girlfriend just because I wanted to be with the guys. I never once thought, man, they look at me different. Man, I'm kind of an outcast to them. No. All their moms have always welcomed me with open arms. Anytime I needed anything, I knew I could call them and their parents, and they would do anything in the world for me. So with Crump pushing this narrative, it's wrong.
Here we go.
Yeah,
it's completely wrong, especially about our friend group.
Yeah, I find it, especially after talking to you, meeting some of the guys, that it seems like there was an agenda. But can you walk us through just your perspective from that day? I don't know if did you go with them initially? Were you a part of the group that went to Horn Island?
So I wasn't, clear that up. No, I was not on the boat with them. Yes, I was a part of the group that was supposed to go out. So the only reason why I did not go on the boat is I was offered, I got begged to go, but my uncle, we also took 12 people out on our boat, not including us two, so 14. And my uncle knows the passengers wouldn't have helped. Generally wouldn't have helped with anything. With that many people on a boat, you need a little bit of help. So my uncle was like, hey, can you just ride out with me and you can go do your thing throughout the day on the island? I don't care, I don't need you. I just need help to get out there and then pick everything up. Because I know all these people are gonna be drunk and they're not gonna wanna do the extras that nobody sees about going out on the boat, right? And so I told Wyatt that, and oops, my bad. But I told him,
it's good.
I told him that, and I told him everything, which was go to plan. We were leaving a little bit earlier than them. I was gonna try to have a spot saved out. And Nolan calls me at 11 o'clock. I missed his phone call. Called me twice. I missed both of them. I saw Wyatt and Nolan on the boat. They pulled right in front of our boat, and they were screaming. I turned my head, and I was like, yo, there's a spot over there, where they end up anchoring out. I helped them set their stern anchor. From the time they showed up until now, going back to it, 20 minutes before they left, I was with them. That's who I was with. I spent all day with them, minus the morning time before they got out there. But from the time they got out there to the time they went back in, I was with them. Those are my friends, man. Those are my guys.
Yeah, I want to get a few more details.
I'm sorry about that.
I know that. Yeah, go ahead. I know that you were all over the news because there was a perceived fight. People, this is the thing that gets me.
Now listen to this fight. He said you were all over the news because there was a perceived fight. This is the fight where they was asking about the phone. Where's the phone? Remember, we heard the lawyer talk about the phone. Now listen to this guy right here. He's not going to mention nothing about the phone. He's going to talk about a koozie. He's going to talk about some whole other shit. What's up with the phone?
I want to clarify this. When I saw the video that they put out on the internet claiming that Nolan was saying, give me my effing phone back, the coach came out, Nolan's coach came out and said immediately he knew it wasn't Nolan's voice. And obviously it wasn't Nolan's voice because you were the one that was
me yelling, yeah.
in there yelling, and you got into an altercation with somebody. What happened after that? Like, put me in your place where the fight is over, whatever happened. Nolan is somewhere, you're somewhere, you're hanging out, and when was the last time that you saw Nolan before you left Horn Island?
So, after the fight, I didn't stay on Horn Island much longer. So the objective, I was really upset. So with you hearing me yelling, my uncle had told me to get on the boat and wouldn't let me back off.
The fuck you mean the objective? What the hell do you mean the objective?
Man, those are my guys.
Yeah, I want to get a few more details.
I'm sorry about that.
I know that. Yeah, go ahead. I know that you saw Nolan before you left Horn Island.
So, after the fight, I didn't stay on Horn Island much longer. So the objective, I was.
What the hell does he mean the objective? You make it sound like it was a damn mission.
Nolan's coach came out and said immediately he knew it wasn't Nolan's voice. And obviously it wasn't Nolan's voice because you were the one that was
me yelling, yeah.
in there yelling. You got into an altercation with somebody. What happened after that? Like, put me in your place where the fight is over, whatever happened. Nolan is somewhere, you're somewhere, you're hanging out, and when was the last time that you saw Nolan before you left Horn Island?
So, after the fight, I didn't stay on Horn Island much longer. So the objective, I was really upset. So with you hearing me yelling, my uncle had told me to get on the boat and wouldn't let me back off the boat. Obviously, I was really mad and I wanted to fight, wanted to get what wasn't smart, man. Mm-hmm. And so I was on the boat, I'm yelling, and shortly after that, I left the island. I left probably 30 to 45 minutes after I got into a fight. We started to pack up and left because I was so upset. As Javon mentions, that they were ready to get me back to land because I was really mad. I was genuinely really mad. But the last time I saw Nolan, I was walking to the boat. This was before the fight. It's me and my old lady. We had just got out of a group of people. Nolan was walking towards Wyatt's boat. I was walking in the opposite direction towards my boat. And I dabbed Nolan up. I made a slick comment about something, actually about the girl that he was with. I made a slick comment to him, us joking around, and I kept going. And not even 10 minutes after that is when I got into a fight. The last thing I told Nolan was, all right, buddy, I love you, see you later. And I'm glad I said it. I had been under the influence a little bit, and that's probably why I did say it at the time, just, getting all lovey-dovey, but I'm at peace I said it. I'm glad I said it. That was my last encounter with Nolan. I was telling him I love him.
Did you have so you leave the island, did you have any encounters or association with these phones, with the keys? Did you have any connection to any of that?
I did not. So what I know, I got my first phone call from Warren at about 9:20. I didn't answer it. I was asleep. I'd been on the boat all day. I didn't feel like going to party anymore. I went to bed. So I got my first phone call about 9:20, and I didn't wake up again until a little after 11 o'clock. And that was to my brother coming in the room being like, hey, Warren's trying to get a hold of you. You need to answer the phone. They're looking for Nolan. And I'm half awake, and I pick up the phone. And by this time, nobody had came to the house to grab anything. And Warren gets on the phone, and he's just like, hey, man, he was like, hey, have you talked to Nolan? Anything else? I was like, no,
is this 9 in the morning?
He was with that girl last time I knew.
Hit the like button, chat.
He was like, man, we can't get a hold of him. We don't know where he's at. And I was like, man, it's Nolan. He's probably just out somewhere with that girl. Like, get a hold of the girl, you'll probably find Nolan. It's no big deal. And he was like, all right. He was like, but we're starting to freak out. We're getting on the phone with Coast Guard. I was like, okay. And at that time, he had already talked to his mom, Nolan's mom. and he was getting on the phone with the Coast Guard, and I'd called. I need to be specific about this. I did not call Warren's phone. I called another.
You said it's kind of hard to lie with thousands of people there. It's kind of hard not to get no fucking help with a sinking boat with thousands of people there too. I'm just gonna say it. Shit, 1,000 people, hundreds of boats. Did nobody fucking help?
Another one of our buddies' phone, and it was on speakerphone. They were all together. I was talking on my other buddy's phone, talking to Warren. He was dialing Coast Guard because he hung up the phone and was like, "Hey, this is them, bye," and hung up the phone. And that was the last time I talked to him until the next morning when we all decided. Well, when I woke up about 7 o'clock that morning, we had all decided that we were going to go out on the boat and go look for Nolan. Wyatt had already had his boat still in the water. We took that boat out. It was
What
a group
day are
of
we
us.
talking?
That's Sunday morning.
Sunday morning on the
5th.
The 5th?
So it was Saturday the 4th was the 4th of July. The 5th was Sunday. We were on the water from 9:45 to 11:50, 12 o'clock era, about lunchtime. While we were on the water, we talked to a rescue guy, and he told us to get off the water and said that they kind of had the island and the water under control. That's the professionals, man.
Yeah.
They told us to get on social media and find out any information we can. And by that time, we had already talked to a good amount of people out there, so it just made sense. So we went back in and we concluded our search and started the search off socials and started sharing everything we could and try to get a hold of anybody that could have talked to Nolan, that Nolan possibly would have reached out to. And that led into the night. It led all night long. I didn't sleep at all Sunday. Monday, I was up at 5 a.m. I was putting fuel in our boat at 6. I got told that we were taking out another boat to Chandelier at 7. So I put my boat back on the lift. And
hey, chat, I need everybody to hit the like button for me on your way in, and we're still 21 subscribers away from the next sub goal. We go live every single night over here at 10 p.m. Central Time. If you have not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel.
I went to McDonald's, and then I got the news after I left McDonald's that his body was found. So it was already a plan that we were going and searching and trying to do everything we possibly can. And that's all I wanted to do. Is I wasn't there to help him out in his last minutes, but now I feel like as a friend and as one of my guys, man, I do everything in my power to help now. And that's why I have reached out to the family. I have donated to the family, and I have giving them just your normal death gifts, I would say, as you pay your respects. And
do you think
Thank you,
Benjamin
bro.
Crump being involved in this case made it better or worse?
So, Dupree, they said that Nolan's phone was one of many phones that was left on the boat. So, the last interview, the guy that was talking, Officer Tatum interview right before this one, said that Nolan's phone was left on the boat, but it wasn't the only phone left on the boat. He said there were quite a few phones that were left on the boat. And the only time they touched Nolan's phone was when someone took it off the boat and took it into the truck. They said that was the only time they touched the phone was when they took it off of the boat and took it to the truck.
100,000 times % worse. Because
what's up, AJ?
Why on the Tuesday after where has your civil rights been broken? Where has it been shown? You brought Benjamin Crump to stir up a community that's already tight-knit. Yeah, we might not be best friends with everybody, but I promise, if you're talking about Ocean Springs as a whole, Ocean Springs is going to have Ocean Springs back, 110%. We back each other. Everybody I've seen, we back each other. And for them to push this narrative and really push it just shows me is like you have no idea who you're dealing with or who you're messing with. And I think he's taking.
Like, he could have chosen a lot better words. Like, that was damn, like, I understand he's upset, he's mad, but it's like, shit, bro, this just doesn't look good saying no shit like that. You don't know who you're dealing with. You don't know who you're messing with. We got each other's back 100%. It sounds like a fucking cover-up. I'm just gonna be honest with you. Like, hearing that shit, it's like, I mean, come on. I mean, damn, brother. He could have said that y'all ass is doing too much.
Times % worse. Because why on the Tuesday after where has your civil rights been broken? Where has it been shown? You brought Benjamin Crump to stir up a community that's already tight-knit. Yeah, we might not be best friends with everybody, but I promise, if you're talking about Ocean Springs as a whole, Ocean Springs is going to have Ocean Springs back 110%. We back each other. Everybody I've seen, we back each other. And for them to push this narrative and really push it just shows me is like you have no idea who you're dealing with or who you're messing with. And I think he's taking the grieving parents and manipulating and turning this and making it sound all bad, because nothing's like that at all. No.
Have you gotten death threats? Or, you know, because I know that the other young men that I spoke to about this, especially the white young men, they're getting all kind of death threats. They're being accused of killing Nolan. Did you get the same backlash and threats that some of those guys have gotten?
Yes, I've gotten the death threats per se, but I've also gotten the threats along the lines of where it's like.
All right, chat. Another thing that I got to address too is y'all don't go back on the playbacks of my lives and comment or nothing. I just got into it with a dude in my comments. He's saying that I'm fucking buying views and botting shit. I ain't never botted no shit in my life on this motherfucker. Like, what is he talking about? So I need y'all help. I need y'all to start commenting on the damn video. Start commenting on the playbacks and shit. Like, it's embarrassing.
I've been cast out of the black community. I've been called white. I've been called a wetback.
Damn.
All these things. I've been sent photos of me and my grandmother, and they've been told that she's the devil. She's just looking for the time to kill you. You need to be careful and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, man, if y'all want to know the story.
You said you gonna comment on there that you think I'm racist. I don't give a fuck what you comment on there. Go comment on there. How you feel about me is your business. Do y'all not realize that? That's one of the keys to life, chat. How people feel about you, that's their fucking business. You know, why am I gonna try to convince you otherwise? Your fucking business. It's your problem.
The only people that's showed up for me in my whole life has been my white side of my family. So for y'all to sit there and drag their name and to drag me down, and I'm supposed to be one of y'all, and you're supposed to have my back, and we're supposed to be in this together, and it's really eye-opening.
Did it shock you that it turned this way? Meaning that, you know, you see everything happen. Nolan was your friend. From all the young men I talked to, it seemed like Nolan was the life of the party. Everybody loved Nolan. He gets along with everybody. Everybody's cool. And everybody feels like Nolan made them feel like everybody's his best friend, right? I mean, everybody felt connected to Nolan. Were you shocked that it turned like this? I mean, where this community was tight-knit, Nolan's friend group was tight. He ends up losing his life in an unfortunate situation, which nobody knows exactly what happened. Did it shock you that it turned into some racial thing?
Yes, racial, I do agree. Now, it going famous or going viral, that part didn't shock me. Thinking about it and being honest, like, that's not a surprise because everybody didn't love Nolan. Especially around here, everybody loved Nolan. So for people to repost that, they know Nolan. I mean, they know He did not have one hateful thing in his heart. And racism.
So what's crazy is, chat, this the same city that Brittany Renner is from. Y'all know Brittany Renner went back home and she's going viral right now. Everybody's talking about how she fell off. She was with the NBA player and then she got with Kevin Gates and some other guy. She's back at home and she's in Ocean Springs. And I think she's down there like at the bars and shit, not covering the case, but just seeing how the environment is.
No. That was a shock. That was a complete shock from his mom and from his stepdad. Like, that's a shock. That's an utter shock, because it's like, first off, I don't know how to word this. Nolan wasn't fully black. Nolan's mixed. Nolan has a little bit of Asian in him. You don't hear that, though. You don't.
You saying why didn't he change before the interview? Because this is all like Tatum could have asked him to change before what? Why would he change? This is Ocean Springs. Like, there are hardworking people down there. He probably just got off of work. But if he comes in all dressed up and done up just like Officer Tatum, it's going to feed into that old money narrative. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit, he's coming in there. This is ops, too. Like, this is a hit piece to get their side of the story out. So it would be conducive of the situation for him to come in looking like fucking a regular, normal American person, a hard worker. Hey, I'm just like y'all. I'm not a killer. I'm not rich. Or, you know, shit. I go to work just like y'all. Look, at my job, I get fucking dirty. Not saying he doesn't. He probably does have a job that, you know, where he gets dirty at. But that's why Tatum didn't ask him to change. This is to humanize him.
So to turn it as like somebody's harping down on Nolan because of the color of his skin, you don't know us. You don't know our community. It's crazy that people are just running with a lie. And it's so easy. Y'all
gotta understand, like, this kid right here doesn't have media and all of that shit. But Officer Tatum has a PR team. Like, Officer Tatum has, you know, people over here who can put this shit together. They would have let him know if he needed to change some damn clothes. This is a interview to get their side of the story out. So I'm telling y'all. The clothes, I'm not going to say the clothes were staged or whatever, but they damn sure fit the bill for the PR move.
Easy for people to believe it from the outside, looking into Mississippi's history, per se. But it's like, you're looking at history. Let's go to each state's history. I bet they're not the best with black people. Like, people change. You learn history so you don't repeat it. Everybody knows that.
What's the craziest lie that you've seen floating around there about this situation? I know there's a lot of mysterious things, but like, what to you, what's the craziest thing that you've heard somebody say about this?
That my buddy in the photo was his lover. That was wild. That's been the utmost craziest, because it's like, what? Like, where'd you get that from? Yeah. I mean, also the lies of just how racist Mississippi is, or how racist the coast is, and Ocean Springs, and no, you don't know this, man. Like, you have no idea. And what I thought was crazy lie from the beginning was he's the only black person on the boat. He's the only black person on the island. No, not at all. Like, not once. Like, where'd you get this background information from?
How many people are on that island from your vantage point?
On the 4th of July?
Yeah.
Thousands? 13 miles?
See, I'm going to need y'all to focus, chat. That's what I'm going to need y'all to do. Is cut it out, lock the fuck in, and focus. Y'all in here talking about Carmelo Anthony. I ain't got shit to do with this right now. Y'all in here talking about Trump and the military. Listen, Did y'all read the title to this motherfucker when y'all came through the door? It shit says we're talking about Nolan Wells, Dr. Cheyenne Bryant, and Tristan Tate now. I'm gonna need y'all to lock the fuck in, man. I don't know what's going on.
I was like, I mean, you're talking hundreds and hundreds of boats that are carrying minimum 4 to 8, 9 people. Like, I'm talking like on the lower end, man. We're talking about smaller vessels here. Man, if I had to take a rough estimate in my area of the island that I was in, 400, 500 people easy. If I'm taking an actual estimate, about 400 to 500 people easy. In our group, in the group of, I would say, young adults that were in the group of Nolan Wells, 100, 150, 200 people.
So the idea that Nolan went out with 4 white boys and they took him to a deserted island and he was allegedly last seen with a girl and they just abandoned him. What do you say to that?
No. From the time they left, including myself, and also when I left the island, I could have named 50 people I really trust behind the helm of a boat that Nolan knew, that he could go talk to. Even if he was left, there was tons and tons of people out there. There was 10 people.
So he said even if he was left, there was tons and tons of people still left out there. Chat, we're 5 subscribers away from 49,500. Let's get a quick 5 subscribers so we can hit that sub goal. Also, be sure to answer the poll down there and hit the like button on your way in by double tapping that screen. Mods, drop the Discord. If anybody wants to join the Discord to become a part of Plug Nation, now's your opportunity. Mods, drop the link.
10 boats that camped out at Horn Island. I know a boat that didn't leave Horn Island until 8 o'clock that night.
The only people that are saying he drowned is people like shit on YouTube and then on these damn social media. We don't know what happened to him yet. The sheriff's office said that they ruled out foul play, but it's still under investigation. They're trying to see what the grand jury is going to do, if there's enough to do anything with the grand jury. We're waiting on the toxicology report, feds involved and shit. We don't know. People saying they know for sure he drowned. People saying that we don't fucking know. I don't know what happened. I know some shit went on. He ended up dead and people started acting funny. That's what I know. Some shit went on. He ended up dead, and people started acting funny.
Nobody would have ever seen, take that back, nobody would have ever left somebody on Horn Island. That's a place of everybody loves to go and hang out. That's their peace. Nobody wants to see anybody out there, especially in the boating community, and I can speak on that, like, genuinely. I grew up in it. That's absurd. It's absurd.
And just to know, the chief medical examiner down there, that's the one that was over the Trey Reed case. And Trey Reed, she ruled that he committed unalived himself at Delta State University. She said that he hung himself, or they said that he hung himself, signed off on all of that shit. They did an independent autopsy and found blunt force trauma and bruising all over his body. So he just beat himself the fuck up, blunt force trauma enough to kill him, and then hung himself. And I believe they said it was with the damn belt or some shit like that. Crazy. This is the same lady, allegedly.
So can you help me understand the fight a little better? Because I interviewed Warren, who's your friend, and he had made mention that his brother was involved in the fight. So can you explain who actually started fighting, and were you fighting his brother or were you fighting somebody else? Like, how did that happen?
Yeah, and I can see now, especially, it's all been blown out of proportion. But so originally, I'll go back a couple steps. Original, me and my girlfriend, I wouldn't even call it an argument. She was upset that I lost the lid to her koozie. I dropped it in the water. Generally speaking, that's how it started. And I dropped her lid.
Right, this is what I'm saying, Wormy. shit does happen a lot. I've been on a boat. I've lost someone really close to me being on a boat. Trust me, I know about this situation more than a lot of people. I've been in that kid right there at his chair. I've been in that chair. People was looking at me crazy, thinking that I had something to do with it before all of that. But I didn't act like these people are acting, Wormy. I stayed out there. I searched for my friend. I went to the funeral. I did all of that shit. It wasn't a national case, but the shit was a statewide case. Like, it was big in the state. Like, I did all of that shit. Like, I'm the one that had to break the news to his mom. Like, I went to his mom's house, knocked on the door, didn't even knock on the door, walked in the door, told her, like, your son's not coming home, broke down. Like, I didn't act like this. Now, I know people act differently. People respond differently in certain situations. But to say no one's ever been through something like this, oh, I've been through this shit. I know it more than damn near anybody in here would know it. And I didn't act like this.
Her new koozie in the water, and so she started to let me hear it and basically told me I was paying for it, and she was really upset with me and mad about it, and I needed to kind of sober up a little bit. And so we're walking back, and during that time, this guy that I'm not friends with, I know of him. I don't know him. I didn't even recognize him when I got in an original fight. He butted himself into my conversation and basically was telling me how I needed to handle or address the situation with my girlfriend. And man, we weren't even yelling at each other. We weren't arguing. It was
okay. So here it goes. Now, remember, Officer Tatum asked him about the damn phone and all of that shit earlier, but he went into something else, started talking about something totally different. So he lost his train of thought. Now, he's about to talk about the argument. Listen, he's not going to mention a phone. What happened to the yelling about the phone? When Officer Tatum originally asked him that question, he put the phone in there, leading him on. Now he finna say something about a koozie and a dude coming up to him. He don't say shit about the phone. I wish Officer Tatum would have redirected him back to that phone.
It was more along the lines of, I literally told her, I was like, man, I just want a beer. And she was like, well, go get one, blah, blah, blah. Well, when I said that, she let me hear it and basically told me I was paying for it, and she was really upset with me.
So the idea that Nolan went out with 4 white boys.
I had to pull it back, Chad. Listen.
And he was allegedly last seen with a girl, and they just abandoned him. What do you say to that?
No. From the time they left, including myself, and also when I left the island, I could have named 50 people I really trust behind the helm of a boat that Nolan knew, that he could go talk to. Even if he was left, there was tons and tons of people out there. There was 10 boats that camped out at Horn Island. I know a boat that didn't leave Horn Island until 8 o'clock that night. Nobody would have ever seen, nobody would have ever left somebody on Horn Island. That's a place of everybody loves to go and hang out. That's their peace. Nobody wants to see anybody out there, especially in the boating community, and I can speak on that.
All right, now here comes the question, Chad. I need everybody to press 1 if you following. I need everybody up, looking, listening. I need everybody locked in. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Press 1 if you are following. I need to know that people are following. Listen to how he responds. We hear nothing about a phone. Maybe I missed it. That's why I'm asking y'all to listen. I might have missed it.
Like, genuinely, I grew up in it. That's absurd. It's absurd.
So can you help me understand the fight a little better? Because I interviewed Warren, who's your friend, and he had made mention that his brother was involved in the fight. So Can you explain who actually started fighting, and were you fighting his brother or were you fighting somebody else?
See, that's what happened. Earlier, when Officer Tatum asked him about the phone and the video, because the video he was asking about the phone, right? Now we're here fucking 20 minutes or however long into the interview later, he's asking him about the fight again, but he forgot to lead him with the phone. He forgot to walk him to that, hey, what happened with the where's the phone shit? He's asked him the same question, but differently. He asked him about the fight. And he asked him, was the fight with the brother and all of that shit? He didn't say nothing about the phone. So we're not going to hear nothing about the phone. If you said the coach knew immediately that wasn't Nolan asking for his phone because that was him, why not ask him about the phone? He should have redirected him back to the phone so we could have got that answer. Now it just looks like this shit is kind of all over the place and we still don't have the answer to what's up with the phone. Did they take your phone? Who had your phone? Who were you yelling at to get the damn phone back for since that was you in the video?
I was like, how did that happen?
Yeah, and I can see now, especially it's all been blown out of proportion. But so originally, I'll go back a couple steps. Original, me and my girlfriend, I wouldn't even call it an argument. She was upset that I lost the lid to her koozie. I dropped it in the water. Generally speaking, that's how it started.
Koozie.
And I dropped her lid, her new koozie in the water. And so she started to let me hear it and basically told me I was paying for it. And she was really upset with me and mad about it. And I needed to kind of sober.
Now, what the fuck is a koozie, chat? Y'all let me know. What the fuck is a koozie exactly? I'm a little country. Koozie. I don't know. The koozies right here. What the hell is a koozie? Right, that's what I thought it was. A koozie is the damn thing that go over the beer. That's what I thought it was, right? Right? All right, that's what I thought it was. Y'all want to know the people that used to drink and shit, they used to slide the Mountain Dew koozie over the damn beers and the Coca-Cola koozies over the beers and shit. Yeah, I remember that.
We're up a little bit. And so we're walking back. And during that time, this guy that I'm not friends with, I know of him. I don't know him. I didn't even recognize him when I got in an original fight. He had butted himself into my conversation and basically was telling me how I needed to handle or address the situation with my girlfriend. And man, we weren't even yelling at each other. We weren't arguing. It was more along the lines of
boom, we weren't yelling, we weren't arguing at each other. So who was yelling for the phone? Was it a third party? Was somebody yelling for the phone to say, I'm trying to record these guys fighting? That would make sense. That's why we need him to redirect the question back to the damn phone. That's the only thing that would make sense. It's somebody like, oh shit, they finna fight. Give me my phone. But if somebody was asking, like actually in the altercation saying, give me my phone, it's clearly over the phone. We need him to ask these damn questions, man.
I literally told her, I was like, man, I just want a beer. And she was like, well, go get one, blah, blah, blah. Well, when I said that, she had ducked her head underwater and he had walked up and he told me that I needed to watch how I talked to my girlfriend. And I looked at him and I told him, I was like, this has nothing to
Boom, she ducked her head underwater. What the hell did that mean? She didn't stay under the water. Hell, her ass ain't no damn fish. She had to come up. So did he come over there thinking that you dunked her in the water? Were y'all into it and shit, she dunked herself and maybe he thought you dunked her? That would make sense to why he came over there trying to check you. If y'all got in a little argument, you done, pushed the head, and that would make sense. But for her to dunk herself and y'all really wasn't into it or yelling and he's coming over saying, watch out, that don't make sense. But the dunking the head part, what was to that? Was he mistaken? I don't know.
to do with you. We're good. This has nothing to do with you.
Right.
And
mind your fucking business.
There, and he was like, well, I'm going to tell you, I better not hear it again. And I looked at him and I was like, you need to excuse.
If he lost the koozie, if the koozie was lost, like she said, the koozie was in the water, So if the koozie was lost, it would make sense that she dunked her head in the water trying to find the koozie. Y'all said don't koozies float. I don't know if they float if it's a full beer in that motherfucker. Will a koozie float with a full beer in it? I doubt it. You know, maybe she was looking for the koozie and dunked her head looking for the koozie. I don't know. I want to know these questions. These are the follow-up questions that could have been asked.
Choose yourself from the situation. And after I came out, he swung. He threw the first punch. And we went back and forth. I remember at one point in time, I look over and I see my uncle, and my uncle's yelling at me to get in the boat. I stopped fighting.
Oh, you said he said the lid to her koozie? What the hell is a koozie lid?
As soon as me and him made eye contact, I got in the boat, I'm sorry. And I listened to my uncle.
And what was Warren's brother involvement in this?
And so I was getting there. So when I'm on the boat and they're trying to cool me down, I'm trying to get back off the boat because I see the crowd forming up on the island. Well, my little brother and Carter are like really good friends, like best friends, I would say. He's over at our house all the time. Carter heard him still talking crap as he's getting out of the water, and I'm on the boat, and the situation is done and over with, right? Well, he sees him talking crap, so Carter gets up, and more along the lines of defending me. And for what? He was like, well, if you got a problem with Tristan, we can handle it right here.
So what's the racial breakup of these people that are involved? So the guy that you fought was
white.
White.
I'm the only black guy involved in this whole entire thing.
Yeah.
And at all. I mean, I don't know. Carter is white. The dude I got in a fight with is white.
Mm-hmm.
I was the only black guy involved with this. My girlfriend's white. My uncle's white. There was no other black guy involved. And I know Ben Crump tried to run with a story saying that was Nolan. Well, it was like, nice try, but there was another black guy on the island, so now your whole narrative needs to change again.
Right.
You know what I mean? But that was...
Another black guy or some other black guys?
Carter's involvement, and that was kind of it. After the fight, man, I remember getting off the boat. I got off the boat, and I walked up to the island, and I was telling people, I was like, hey, I just need to cool off, let me be. This is after everything is dispersed.
What up, Janky?
There was no crowd anymore when I walked off the boat. And I was like, let me be. Well, again, my uncle yelled at me, and I was like, I don't care what you're doing. Get back on the boat. We're leaving. So I got back on the boat, and we left shortly after that.
And well, at least I know you from the interviews that you've done. Some of the other boys haven't spoken out at all.
Yeah.
You've had a chance to use your voice to put the truth out there. You did an interview with, I think, ABC, and you also did an interview with the Rolling Stones.
That was my first interview, yeah, with Rolling Stones.
The first interview was Rolling Stones, then ABC?
And then ABC, yes.
Now, from what you told me before this interview is that the Rolling Stones gave you a very fair interview.
Boom. Stopping point right there. Hit the like button, chat. That's why I do this shit. We heard nothing about the phone. Nothing about the yelling from the phone. That's what I told y'all. When he first asked him the question, let's kill this narrative about the phone, the coach seen you, the coach knew immediately it wasn't Nolan. He was like, yeah, that was me. And then he got to talking about some whole other shit. Later on in the interview, Officer Tatum talks about the fight that was supposed to be going on what's up with the phone. Doesn't mention it. It's about a koozie. It's about getting dunked under the water. It's about a guy coming up saying, hey, don't talk to her like that. Him saying, hey, mind your business. I'm chilling. Getting swung at. Uncle, tells him it's time to go. The other kids are coming, trying to stand up for him and shit. At least redirect that back there. Now, I don't know. Who was yelling for the phone? Was that you yelling for your phone back? Yes, that was me yelling for my phone back. Okay, what happened? Who was there yelling for the phone back? No, that was not me yelling for the phone back. Okay, what happened? We still are going to leave this interview with that question unanswered.
interview. It seemed like the young lady who interviewed you articulated very clearly what you told her with no fluff, no nothing added.
And she really cared. She really did care, and she made sure that what she was telling was the complete truth behind everything, with me, with my uncle, and then also fact checking on her side as being in media. And it all aligned, man. And when they came out with that, it was really genuine. When I felt that, it brought me to tears because it was like, that's the truth. That's exactly how it needed to be worded. And I appreciated her. I appreciated her a lot. And we took her out to Horn Island this morning to do another little bit. But she's done well, and that's the truth. Her story is nothing but the truth.
Now, ABC, on the other hand, did they treat you fairly, or how did that go?
So, I don't want to say they treated me unfairly. The quotes that
I don't hate Officer Tatum. I disagree with a lot of his takes on things. Like I say, he's a successful black man. Shit, shout out to him being a successful black man. But I just noticed that he doesn't call out of certain things. There's 2 topics he steers the fuck away from. And I just call it out. It is what it is. You come on here and talk about niggas all day. Shit, talk about this shit too. That's my whole gripe with him. But as far as this though, he didn't say anything about the phone. I'm just saying he should have redirected as the interviewer. I know this is a hit piece. He's putting it out there, trying to give their side of the story, so he didn't want to make it feel like interrogation or I'm grilling him. But I'm saying that if you're going to come out here to clear the air and you said what's up with the phone and the video about the phone and all it is that the coach said that it knew immediately wasn't Nolan, why are we leaving this interview with that question still unanswered? That's my whole point here. If you brought it up, you asked a question like that, why are we leaving this interview with that unanswered? Does anybody have an explanation?
that he used in the article, he did ask me for my permission on it. And I gave it to him to an extent. I changed up some stuff and that he initially didn't change when he came out with it. And then the voice recording, that's really what gets me, because that's what the main people are listening to, right? They're not going in and reading in depth in the article and really.
What did Tatum do? He gave him the question was decent, but he didn't give an answer, and then the follow-up was kind of like reframed in a different way. This is like a softball interview. It's kind of framed as being tough, but this is not a tough interview. Tatum said he chose their side. He said he wanted to come give the other side. This is a damn softball interview. It just is what it is. My only thing is what I've been saying. Why we still didn't get that answer. Of all the shit here, we still didn't get that answer. We still don't know who was yelling about the phone. Was it somebody in the background yelling, where's their phone? Because were they trying to record a fight and needed their phone to record the fight? Was that the answer? Or was it you and somebody had your phone? Who had your phone? What was going on? All we know now is he's taking credit saying that was me on the video and we're going to leave it alone. But that's not how the question was asked. That's what they wanted. They didn't want anything else about the phone to get out. It was just clearly to establish that, hey, that wasn't Nolan, that was me. Okay, cool. That was you. What was going on with the phone?
Seeing everything. They're just going off of, well, what's on TV, because people don't like to read these days. But how they made that and cut a lot of my voice sounded horrible. Sounded bad. I didn't like it. I didn't like that side of it, but it already aired, so what was I gonna do? Really?
And at one point, I could have sworn you said that you didn't feel comfortable doing the interview on camera.
Yes.
And did you do that because you didn't want to be visibly promoted on television, or what? How did that?
So the side of that, and I didn't want to be on camera for two main reasons. I never wanted to do an interview and get famous. I never wanted any attention, per se, famous attention. I don't care about the negative side of it. I'm doing what I think is right. I never wanted any positive attention, let's say. All I wanted to be is for my guys to know that I had their back and I got Nolan's back. And I didn't want the investigation on, especially on social media side, I guess, and with Ben Crump and their legal team, to go down the wrong path at all. That was my sole purpose, is to tell the truth and to clear up lies. When I talked to ABC, they wanted to do an in-person interview, and I told them no. I told them no because I'm getting death threats, and I don't like them. It is what it is. I'm not putting myself out there any more than I need to, and I'm not sitting behind a camera, and so for somebody to watch me talk about my best friend. And I told him, I was like, if you want to do an article, it's okay. I'll talk, and you can do the article on that side of it. I never originally wanted to go on TV, period. He convinced me into only using my voice, which now I regret, and I wish I would have just sat in front of a camera so you can visibly see the cuts. But they manipulated that interview pretty well. They made it sound a lot worse. And I know for a fact, most of that interview, you can't understand me because I was in tears the entire time talking about it. When he asked me about Nolan's death, and he put it at, if you listen to it carefully, he cuts it and I just say die. Nobody wants to see him die. I don't talk like that, man. That's not what I said. I did say died during at one point in our interview, but I said we didn't want to see his life being taken from us, period. They didn't put that. They twisted some things around, and they almost made a different narrative to where it's like, now people are coming out and lying. And it's like, man, no.
Yeah,
and
I was wondering if you were gonna, I remember I was like, I could have sworn he said he didn't want to be on camera, and they put your picture all over the news. I mean, how did you feel about that? Was that something that you were okay with them doing that, or?
I kind of accepted it. I accepted it because I gave Rolling Stone permission to do it. So I know that's where they probably got that original photo of me and him standing next to each other.
But still, that's kind of weird that you tell them, oh, I don't want to, even if you gave you the permission to Rolling Stones, you go, I don't want to be on camera. And they put your picture up there on camera anyway.
I agree. It is weird.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's odd, but
All right, chat, hit the like button, man. Everyone double tap that screen, shut a live out, man. We're still 20 subscribers away from the next sub goal. I'm going to open up the phone lines. We're going to take a couple calls, man. We're going to open up the phone lines. I see a lot of y'all down there chattering. Please don't get scared now. Please don't get scared now. The phone lines are now open. Call in and give your thoughts and opinions on Nolan Wells, the new audio, Dr. Cheyenne Bryant, or we could the Tristan Tate. Those are the three topics for tonight, man. The phone lines are now open. Let's see if somebody is going to dial that number, man. Let's see if somebody's gonna dial that number. Thank you, Spring. Thank you, Melinda, for subscribing. The phone lines are now open. We'll take a couple calls before we get up out of here. Thank you, AJ. Thank you, everybody that's supporting the work. I surely do appreciate it. We are gonna host a webinar on Saturday. We're hosting a webinar. We're gonna be building a meal prep, an actual meal prep interactive planner. If y'all want to be a part of that before we close it off and make it a paid entry, I would advise y'all to get into the Discord now. It's gonna be free until September, and then we're gonna cut it off. We're gonna cut it off. Webinars every Saturday.
Call from Divine.
What's going on, caller? Can you cut me down in the background? Where you calling from?
I'm calling from Kentucky.
Okay, what's going on, Kentucky?
I feel like this guy has been holding back the whole time. He's holding stuff in.
Okay,
Like
what?
he's not being honest. He's trying to protect himself.
Okay, what gives you that? Why do you think that? What makes you feel like that?
Because I've seen like a lot of body language professionals, and they always say when somebody's holding themselves, their arms tight like he's doing, that they are holding back information and lying. Just
Okay.
by him, you see the whole time since he's been sitting there, he's holding his arms real tight,
Okay,
clipping his
so
body,
this
you
is what
know.
I'll say. Thank you, Shirley, for the gift. I saw that immediately when I watched the interview, but throughout the interview, you can tell that he was kind of prepped for it. He wasn't supposed to mention anybody's names because he kind of apologized for that. You know, he kind of switched directions on a couple things. He also, but you could tell that he was guarded as well. But I understand, like, I understand. How can I put it? That he was prepped and he was trying to be careful. So maybe that came from him trying to be careful.
Well, you know, like I know you've probably heard the new recording that came out.
Correct.
Nothing that he's saying makes any sense.
But did you hear the way Officer Tatum asked him that question as well too? Like, anybody in your friend group, do you know of anybody in your friend group that unalived Nolan Wells? You know, that was kind of a weird way to ask the question, in my opinion.
It was. And he's not asking like specific things about the phone and, you know, just all kinds of stuff. He's doing a terrible job if you ask me.
Okay. Well, we're going to move on to the next caller, man. I do appreciate you for calling in. Thank you. Hope you subscribe to the channel.
Okay.
All right, man. We got the phone lines back open. Last caller, I just missed you, but if you want to call back in, the phone lines are now open. So the last caller stated that she believes that the kid was, guarded. I gave my thoughts and opinions on why I believe the kid was guarded. Like I said, I don't know.
Call from
Hold on. Dupree. What's going on, Dupree? You got to speak up for me. Where you calling from?
Chicago.
All right, Dupree from Chicago. What's your thoughts and opinions on tonight's topic?
I agree with you wholeheartedly, man.
Okay.
I agree with you wholeheartedly, man. I believe there's some fishy stuff going on. I believe he has something to do with it.
We really can't hear you. Are you on speakerphone or something? We really can't hear you.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
A little bit better. Yeah, no, we can't hear you at all. You just sound far away. We don't know. It's you sound far away.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah, we hear you now. Perfect.
Okay. Yeah, I agree with you wholeheartedly, man. It seems like there's a lot of fishy things going on. It's like he's trying to go around things that he doesn't want to mention. I believe he has a lot more to say about it, but I think he's in a bind because he still has to live there, and I believe that he works for one of those families.
Correct.
He knows the power they have.
He does have to live there, and you could tell that it's still an ongoing investigation, so he has to be careful that way. And then, yeah, he said you don't know who you messing with. He did say you don't know who you messing with.
And then he said that the lady that interviewed him, they took her out on a boat ride. So that lets me know him and his uncle might be dock hands. So who was the 12 people that they took out on that boat with him?
Well, he made sure to say that the 14 people that they took out were
with them two, including them two.
Right. Couldn't help with the boat. He said they were pretty much, I guess they didn't know what to do, so they couldn't help with the boat. So that's why he rode with them.
Or they had too much money and they weren't going to do that. They needed someone to drive them and take care of them on that boat to clean up.
Okay. That's a different way of looking at it.
You feel me? Because if you look at his pants, it's like he's been working on something.
Yeah, it does. It does look like he had a hard day.
So either he's cleaning boats, or his uncle works at that boat. But he said he's gonna protect his guys and then protect Nolan.
Okay. All right. I didn't even think about it that way. So what else, man? I was speaking about the phone. We never got the answer to what was going on with the phone.
Tatum knew he was gonna fold, so he wouldn't ask him again. He wanted to redirect it so it wouldn't. He would think people will forget about what he asked him.
Okay. All right.
He went around that question on purpose. It's like the young lady said, if you see him grasping his arms, that's because he's trying to make sure he doesn't foul himself up or the case.
Correct.
Because he's been talked to.
And I've been in there. I've been in a position like that, man, to where, like I said, people are looking at you crazy, thinking you've done something, and you know you have nothing to do with it. Which I don't know his situation, but in my situation, so it's an emotional roller coaster. You got people calling you, checking on you, asking are you okay. You got other people looking at you crazy. You got relationships that are never the same. You know,
exactly.
Like my cousin ended up drowning one day while we were out there. That's why I was speaking on it. Like I reacted different. The people that were with us, we just reacted a lot differently than this situation, but it was a different situation. I told his mom, you know, and now every time I see his mom, it's difficult, you know. I make sure I
But
tell
you
her
as
I
a
love
friend,
her.
the first thing that you did was go talk to his mom.
Yeah.
You didn't hesitate.
Yeah, no, I didn't. I didn't call her. I went to the house. I went inside the
And
house.
they had Nolan's phone. Even though he was missing, they could have got that phone to his mom to check where he was. They didn't want any information out because they don't know if we don't know if water was in his lungs.
A key difference is that I don't know in their situation. We don't know yet if they seen Nolan go down or if something happened to him. We don't know what happened. In my situation, it was a little different because we knew my cousin went under the water. Like we knew he was under the water. So we did emergency protocol, called 911, did all of that, tried to jump out there and find him. Tried to crank the boat to get over there. So we kind of knew that like some shit's going on. Now in their situation,
you knew you had to get to him.
Right. In their situation, we haven't got it confirmed yet. They're saying that they left him out there. They don't know what went on after that. So that is a difference.
Oh. And I sent a link to a video that I seen. I want you to look at that video for me.
Where did you send it on?
I sent it in the messages.
Oh, on YouTube?
Yeah.
Okay.
And if this is your number, I can send it to this. I can text it to this number if you want me to. Because it looks like he's getting beat.
Is it the video where they got the dude was getting power bombed?
No, they were throwing chairs and stuff on him.
Oh yeah, well I can't play that on here. I can watch it.
No,
but
I want you to play it. I want you to look at it, and then we might be able to talk about it tomorrow.
Okay, all right, man. Well, I sure do appreciate you, Chicago, man. Let me try to get a couple more callers in before we wrap it up. Oh, go ahead.
I'm Mississippi. My family is from Mississippi.
Okay.
Choctaw Indian. So
okay.
I know all about Mississippi. So what he's saying is totally false.
Okay, now you did give us a good insight, a different perspective. I didn't think about, maybe they were taking the boat out, to be like as a business, They do that where I'm from too. Like you can what do they call it?
Because
charter a boat.
They hire a captain and a deckhand.
Yep. They do, and then they go out there, they party, then they ain't gotta worry about getting boating, shit like that.
Exactly, because they know they're gonna be drinking. If it's that many people, they know they're gonna be on patrol, and
Correct.
That's why she had the containers to cover up her beers, because they weren't supposed to be drinking all that water, and that's why they didn't want the Coast Guard there.
Correct.
Because that boat would have got confiscated. And how did his granddad talk to that captain before he talked to his granddad.
Because he got a direct line. That's the one thing we can infer from
Exactly.
that. He got a direct line.
Exactly. So he called his grandfather to let him know
So
some stuff was going on.
my thing is this. How many is this an independent man? Is this a man out there on a boat with his own quote unquote towing company? Or is this a towing company that contracts multiple captains?
And see, that's the thing. I don't know if he's going to be the only captain because from what they're saying is he has to be a part of a club.
Correct. So
to
that's
get
what I
them to
mean.
come
So
tow that boat.
So it went directly to him. That he reached out the
Exactly.
call to him first. Then when he called into the company, they routed him to that same captain. So is it because he was the only one on duty for the company, or is it because he was the one working that area for the company, or is it all just random?
Whenever they got that many amount of people, there's going to be more than at least 2 or 3 boats on that water.
Right. And he was trying everything in his power to not go get that boat too.
Exactly.
He was trying to make sure it was his boat. He was trying to make sure it was a member, trying to make sure it was the member boat that was on file and all of that. Now, as a small business, looking at it as a small business owner, like, okay, yeah, you got to make sure you going out there on shit that they're paying for. But as a human, it's kind of like, well, shit, it's 7 kids on a boat. They talking about this motherfucker sinking, and I'm right here.
And they said they didn't want the Coast Guard.
Correct.
So you don't want the Coast Guard to come, but you want your friends to come get the boat. Because it could be hidden.
Correct. Grandpa probably called to make sure who was on duty.
Exactly. To make
He
sure
probably
one of his
called
friends
to see who was on duty.
Yeah. To make sure that the story was going to get right. Because there's too much
If
time.
not for anything, it was because they were drinking. At minimum, it was because they were drinking like a motherfucker on there.
See, but you remember the captain said he was going to call the boys.
Correct.
So when he called them, he could hear the drunk.
Correct.
We heard them drunk.
So what I'm saying is this. So let's take Nolan Wells out of the situation for a second and say that the kids are out there drinking on the boat. Boats start taking on water. He calls Grandpa like, hey, Grandpa, we're fucked up. Your boat's sinking. We need some help. And do you think, what is Grandpa going to do? Grandpa's going to call, his buddy or whoever he knows,
His
like,
buddy.
hey, you at work today? Our kids out there drinking, they're fucked up. I want to make sure before I call this shit in.
Exactly.
Now you insert Nolan Wells into the situation, and it's even crazier, a lot crazier.
And I got one more situation because, like he said, if he was the one fighting over the phone, if they say Nolan was the guy that everybody say he is, Nolan would have helped his friend if they were ganging up on him, right? Help him get his phone.
Correct. We could
So why didn't
assume
you
that. We
call-
could infer that.
Why didn't you check on Nolan after you left him when you shook his hand and told him, I love you?
Right. He said he
Because if
didn't.
you care, you would
Right.
soon.
So we can
I was gonna
assume,
check
though,
on my
if he
friend.
left, if his uncle said it's time to go, and they're responsible for 12 other people, and he's drunk, or yeah. So I mean, then he said it
So
was
he
the
had to-
next. He was the next morning when he got the call. So from when he left after the fight all the way into the next morning, we can infer that they at least had to get the 12 people back to where they was going.
Exactly. So in order for him to leave, he left Nolan with the guys. So if Nolan took up for him, he left Nolan with the guys we got into it with, the brothers, and the friend. And they're
Correct.
going to side with the friend.
And then he said that one of the friends who wasn't black, well, he made sure that it was white. One of the brothers stood up for him while he was getting ready to leave and cooling down.
So how he slipped up a lot of times, and see the mega coon made sure that he didn't ask him questions to keep him from slipping up. He made sure of it. That's why he kept directing other ways. Because he's paid to make them look like nothing's happening.
I'm not. I don't see. I don't know. I'm not saying what happened. I just want to know what happened. Only thing that I'm saying is that it didn't look like I've seen it look before. It's a lot going on after the fact. From the time Nolan Wells disappeared to his body being found on the 6th, all the way to here we are, 20 some odd days later. It's just been a lot of weird shit going on. I'm not saying that they unalive Nolan. I'm not saying what happened. I'm just saying that from the time he went missing to his body coming up to how shit's going on, it's a lot of weird shit. It's just crazy.
Too much weird shit going on. Exactly. Too much weird shit in between. Too much missing.
Now, even if they didn't unalive Nolan, there's still incentive for some weird shit to go on because that's liability. Now, insurance, if there is alcohol involved, insurance is not going to be liable. Insurance is not going to pay out. So that's going to make the boat owner, driver, personally liable for that personal injury claim. So there still is incentive to quote unquote stick together or do whatever they're doing. Now, there's a creator on here. He's a personal injury lawyer named Dennis Sperling. He said that's why Ben Crump's involved. I don't know. It sounds kind of plausible to me. He said it's a personal injury case. If that's why Ben Crump is involved, because if it was an unaliving, there's no money in it because they're not going to pay out. But if it's a personal injury case, there's money there. So whether they're protecting family from something happening or whether they're protecting family from a lot of money, having to leave because of this liability.
Exactly.
It could be either one. Or, I don't know.
Even reputation. You know how those young white tees get.
Well, it's an election year. We talked about that yesterday and a few days ago. Like, Mississippi, they don't have municipal elections this year, but they are electing countywide elections, like for circuit court. There are elections this year. So
which really matters.
Correct.
The presidency, voting for the president doesn't matter. Our midterms, our congressmen, our aldermen, our senators, that's what we got to get out and vote. So all our men need to get all our young guys who are able to vote. We need to get them into these midterms. Whoever we need to get out of there, we need to get them to do their research. Whoever's taking AIPAC money or lobbyist money, we need to get them out of there because we don't have a government. People don't understand that. The British rule is over. So they're working under a false government.
All right, man. Well, yeah, man. I appreciate you for calling in, and we finna wrap this episode up, and we'll be back with the regular news tomorrow. Tonight was a cool night. We go live every single night at 10 p.m. We'll probably get back into the politics more tomorrow. I heard that they stopped the bombing over there. So we'll probably cover that on tomorrow.
Sure, man. I'll be watching you, man. Appreciate you, brother. We need more of you like us out there, man.
Hey, man, I appreciate you, and I appreciate you for calling in, man, and giving us your thoughts and opinions. We'll see you on the next one.
No, love.
Love. All right, chat, man. We had a great episode, great show, a lot of different opinions, and a lot of different takes. Like I said, we're going to be covering this case closely. Thank you, Zombie. Thank you, AJ. Thank you for everybody who supported the show, everybody who came through, hit the like button, and drop the subscription. Be sure to share this content out far and wide. And like I said, we are hosting a webinar, Prompts to Products. Prompts to Products is starting Saturday. It's going to be every Saturday. We're going to build something out, and we're going to take people from using AI as a search engine, just looking something up and having a answer spit out to you, to actually building something, to actually making something, a product you can use, an application that you can use. We're only letting 10 people get in. It's free. Get with me in the Discord or email me at shopplugsation@gmail.com. Only letting 10 people in this first round. Get in there while it's free. Free enrollment until September. Then we're going to close it off and it's going to be paid. Probably like $150 to get in. So get in right now while it's free. At least sign up. But this Saturday, since it's the first one, we're only taking 10 people. 10 people. We got like 4 signed up. So we got 6 slots. I'll see y'all on the next one. Good night, chat.